Okay, dear participants, thank you for joining. We are waiting for our speaker. He will join very soon. So we'll start this. Yes, Prabhatji, you can unmute. You have raised the hand. Prabhat Kumar Ravi. Your voice is not audible. I am not able to listen. Parag sir, Prabhatji is audible to you?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. Prabhatji, you are not audible to us. Okay, dear participants, thank you for waiting. Our speaker has joined with us, Mr. Sunny Wagella. Sunny sir, I request you to start the camera. Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for joining. I can understand your busy schedule.
I'm extremely
And
sorry. I mean, it took, almost like 15 minutes late. It shouldn't be the late.
it's fine, sir. Thank you so much for joining. So I would take a little time to introduce our speaker and then we can definitely start. So once again, thank you for joining Mr. Sunny Waghela. Sunny Waghela is a serial entrepreneur and one of the India's most recognized cybersecurity leader. Many of us many of us has attended his session earlier also when we were studying in college on ethical hacking. So with over a decade of expertise, he has carved an indelible mark in the cybersecurity industries. His entrepreneurial journey began in 2007 as a cybercrime consultant with the Ahmedabad Crime Branch, where he played a pivotal role in solving the complex cases, including the cyber tales of major incidents like the Ahmedabad serial bomb blast and 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks. As a founder and CEO of the Tech Defense Lab, Sunny has transformed the firm into a global cybersecurity partner for enterprise. Under his leadership, Tech Defense has executed 1250 plus information security projects for 500 plus customers worldwide and trained more than 90,000 students across the premier institute in the India, building the next generation of the cybersecurity professionals. Recognizing the nationally and internationally, Sunny has been awarded the ET Industry Leadership 2021 Award, Indian Ambassador of Cybersecurity Award by the Ministry of MSME, and the Times Man of the Year Cybersecurity 2018 by the Times Group. Once again, thank you so much, Sunny sir, for joining. We can start your session. Over to you.
Perfect. Thank you for the lovely introduction. And let me, just let me know if my screen is actually visible.
Yes, it is perfectly visible, sir.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone for joining in. Although my introduction is already given, I mean, I've been into the cybersecurity for more than 15 years now, and working from offensive to defensive side of security, and for last almost 7-8 years working into the management of cybersecurity and making sure that our 600 plus customers are basically secure. Now, whenever we are talking about cybersecurity, we need to learn, from some of the recent hacks which are already taken place in the world. So the number of logos that you are seeing right now on the screens, they are already breached one or the other way in past couple of years. And the number of accounts which are already compromised and the data of those accounts which are already available on dark web and deep web, is something that you can actually see. It's a very shocking number. So all these organizations have one or the other way, they are putting a lot of investments in the cybersecurity. They are putting a lot of money in the cybersecurity, but still they got breached. There might be some problems in the people control or a process control, or rather, I would say that the technology control flaw that they may have. And that is one of the reason this number of accounts are already available, or they already compromised those who are the users of all those websites and already available on a dark web and deep web. If we talk about the other attacks, right? The financial institutions have reported good number of attacks. It's an older number in 2020, 2022. There are 290, but right now, every 36 minutes, every 36 seconds, there is an attack which is getting executed on one or the other financial institutions. Startups are no more, the surprise when it comes to the cyber attacks. They are already getting attacked. They're already getting breached, and their data is already available on dark web and deep web. When we talk about some of the recent hacks, which includes financial institutions, but which includes even the card processors as well. So there are 3.2 million debit cards, credit cards, are already compromised of different bank, and they're already available on dark web and deep web. While we are discussing all these recent hacks, I'll also come to the kind of, the hacks which are already taken place till now, or the slides that you already seen, and what are the possible, the repercussions, or possible, the cause behind, these attacks have already taken place on this. If we talk about Yahoo, or if we talk about Equifax, or if we talk about Zoom, or if we talk about LinkedIn, or if we talk about this, either their applications are vulnerable or their people are vulnerable. And that's actually making the processes which are already vulnerable. No matter, there's a lot investment that is already done on the cybersecurity, the technology controls on that part. Financial institutions, either the application is vulnerable or the people are vulnerable, due to which the attack has come into the organizations, and the people have already downloaded some sort of a ransomware, malware, clicked on some phishing link, and the data is available and the data is already, there on the normal or the dark web or deep web. The startups we are talking about right now are also breached because of only one reason: the applications are vulnerable or the people are vulnerable, and then because of which it is already, hacked. Some of the different banks' credit card, debit cards are vulnerable because of one reason, that people sometimes use same particular vendor's technology, or some vendors monopolize on the technology when it comes to the ATM switch, or when it comes to the the credit card or a debit card, or the kind of a switching infrastructure which is available in India. And there are certain vendors have monopolized something. So because all the banks use the same sort of a vendor switch, they are getting hit if the problems are already discovered into a one single vendor's the application, or the 0 days which is already found on the one particular single OEM's the technology. Another interesting case of a Bangladesh bank hack: the hacker is coming to the bank, installing a $10 router into a Swift unit, or a international transaction unit, going into a bank as a trusted IT person or a trusted the vendor. And what is he trying to do is he's trying to replace a router with another bank router, and the bank was having no firewall and they have different second-hand routers that actually give an hacker's router access. And through that hacker's router access, the bank got vulnerable because the hacker was successfully able to install the malware into the maker of the Swift unit and a checker of the Swift unit. So using maker, he has done the transaction. Using checker, he has verified and validated those transactions. And hacker managed to steal around 80 million US dollar, within 15 minutes of the time. So this example, what we are seeing right now of the recent hacks, state that yes, it is possible that the process hack also contributed to your technology and your people's compromise as well, because the bank was not having that process of verifying who is coming to your bank, or whether it is a right vendor or whether it is a wrong vendor who is coming to your bank, and making sure that or having a right set of validation on the physical security controls as well. So physical security control breach is also contributing to a lot into a cybersecurity breach as well. Cosmos, one of the interesting example. Same again, one vendor switch has been monopolized across India. The hacker was able to do a supply chain attack by sending a fake the update to a bank's IT personnel. The update wasn't validated, and because that update has been installed into a bank switch, the hacker was able to make that bank switch a proxy switch connected to a hacker switch. And then what he has done is he has printed around 16,000 debit cards of the same bank, sold those debit cards into dark web and deep web in around 35 odd countries. And on a very fine day, when there are 3 days holidays in the bank, the guy has actually put the PIN number as 1234, send the PIN number to the people who have bought that fake cards from the dark web and deep web, right? Or a clone cards from the dark web and deep web, and ask everybody to go to any ATM across the globe and withdraw the money. And imagine a case that in just 15 minutes, 12,000 Visa transactions amounting 78 crore rupees has happened, 2849 rupee transactions of 2.5 crore rupees, and there are other transactions of 13.594 crore rupees has been withdrawn only because of one reason, and that's a supply chain attack. As that is the fake update coming to a person without validating that update. He has updated a bank switch, and that switch wasn't hardened, that it is updated with that fake update, and make that particular switch as a zombie switch or a proxy switch, and it has completely gone out of the hand. The Uber data breach is also one of the great example of how social engineering can be used to get into some of the largest companies network as well. So what hacker has done, I've recently shown you LinkedIn has been breached, Yahoo has been breached, many other websites has been breached. The attacker has obtained the compromised credential from dark web of the developers, or of the right, the people who are actually having an access to the Uber's network and Uber's the critical infrastructure, which includes their AWS and which include the cloud infrastructure as well. He uses social engineering and was sending a fake VPN request to a user. Interestingly, those particular, the VPNs were protected by the MFA. So he's actually sending a message to a Uber employee stating that, hey, there is some security compromises happening in Uber. I am from a IT support department, and what you have to do is you don't have to approve that MFA request which is coming on your, screen. So one way he's sending a, using that compromised credential, but the moment he try to log in, there is a multi-factor authentication, and it's asking Uber employee to approve the request from some different IP address. And second way is sending a text message to that employee saying that don't approve, don't approve. There's a security thing, and I'm from a support department. After sending so many requests, that person pretending to be an IT person say that, the Uber employee, that now the compromise is, sorted out. Everything is done. And, you can just approve that request so that, we can allow an access to, the right set of traffic into that Uber network as well. The person is approving it and say that, you'll get another notification of changing a password. He has not got the another notification of changing the password. But the moment you approve a request of that VPN, imagine what has happened. The hacker got an access to the internal network. He found that, yes, there is a Slack channel that he can actually use, which is also eventually having the same password. Using a Slack channel, he went to all the Slack is like a WhatsApp, but used for the corporate communication, the internal communication. Got access to the internal infrastructure of the Uber. Read almost all the topics which are available in the Slack channel, which is given to or the different channels in that Slack account. And in one of the topic, the guy has actually got some of the PowerShell script. And this PowerShell scripts was the PowerShell script of Uber's access management solution, which was giving an account access to their AWS, the DA, DUA account. These are the critical infrastructure account of the Uber. And within no time, the hacker has been able to access the AWS of the Uber and become the admin and send message to every of the Uber employee that Uber can be hacked in 15 minutes of the time as well. So this is something is the Uber attack. The Kudakulam power plant, one of the largest power plant, has also been breached. Again, because of one reason is, the somebody who has been an administrator of that particular power plant, who is also administrator of their OT network, which is an operational technology network and IT network. His ID and passwords were already compromised, available on dark web, deep web, got a VPN access. And then finally, he found using the VPN access, using the internal network access, that there are no much security controls which are there in the network. There are security controls are in the network, but the things are not regularly updated in their OT and in their IT network. So because the things are not updated, what the guy has done, the guy has used some of the exploits to basically enter into the OT network from an IT network. So, but eventually they could able to, get the control of the whole of a power plant within 15 minutes because they found that somebody is entering into our OT network from the IT network, and they have actually stopped it. Otherwise, if there could be a radioactive spill, coming from the nuclear site, it would have resulted into a catastrophic calamity in a heavy populated nations like India as well. Dr. Reddy's attack, says that almost all, the pharma plant can be down because of the ransomware, and the ransomware has taken place only and only because of the data breach and the existing, the password which are already available on the internet as well. Colonial pipeline attack, all the operations of the pipelines have been stopped. Again, the VPN account or the virtual private networks account, which is already, attacked. And hacker got an access to the OT network using the connected server to the OT network as well. And because the systems are unpatched, and the VPN is there, and then there was a breach which is already there. We always believe that, which are things which are static, be it IT or OT, it can be hacked, but no. The world has completely transformed now, and things which are on the sea right now, moving from one particular country to another country, that is, the vessels can be attacked as well. The problem here in the vessels is, right, there are systems which are designed 20 years back, because I'm not talking about the small vessels, I'm talking about big vessels which are carrying uh, not less than, 1,000, 2,000, or 10,000 containers on that particular one vessels, right? It has been designed, or the architecture of whole vessel has been designed 20 years back. And in those 20 years, what has happened is that there are older systems which are already there in the OT, but they are actually connected to the latest IT systems which are there. But there are connectivity of the older systems, and the newer systems is done by still an older architecture. And that is the reason, because of the older architecture, uh, the ships, or you can say that the vessels which are getting attacked as well. So the problem over here is that we always try to create a maze in the organization. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to create, let's say we have a computer, we have an EDR solution, we have a firewall, we have antivirus, we have a SIM, we have SOC, we have, some X number of tools. We're trying to create a maze in the organizations by giving different VLANs, giving different VPNs, MFA in the VPN, but still, in past, all the slides, whatever examples that you have seen, that state that a single attack, which is a social engineering attack, with the compromised credentials that are already available on a dark web, deep web, and the outdated systems or the unpatched systems, are resulting into one or the other exploitation of the vulnerability within no time. So what you're trying to do is we're trying to create a maze in the organization, create a very complex architecture in the organizations. But what we are forgetting is we are forgetting the hacker is actually seeing the complete maze from the top, and he can still be able to solve that particular maze as well. We also need to understand the whole trend in the cybersecurity, or the things in the cybersecurity has been changing from servers to users and to applications, and they are going undetected. Just because if I'm a hacker, I mean, I've been into this cybersecurity from 15 years now, and as a professional, I'm in the cyberspace for 20 years now. When there was nobody talking about ethical hacking, I started with a lot of trainings on ethical hacking and cybersecurity. 20 साल पहले, if somebody would ask me to get into a network, I would try to attack a network. I would try to attack, the firewall. I would also try to make sure to get into the operating systems to basically enter into the particular organization's network. But right now, if you would ask me, my target would be an employee. My target would be a trusted user of that organization after 20 years, who has an access to some of the critical systems of the organizations. And whether you, me, anybody who is attending this particular FDP program, trust me, your password, my password, everybody's password are right now somewhere or the other way available on a dark web and deep web. And that is the reason the normal traditional security controls on the network is of no use nowadays. And that is the other reason is the number of attacks are increasing. The only reason behind it, because the knowledge which is required to become hacker is decreasing day by day. Gone are the days the hacker used to have so much of knowledge to get into your systems. Go to dark web, dump it, get the passwords, use the passwords, and get into somebody's network. And it is very much possible within minutes, and you don't require any sort of, the knowledge. So the organizations getting protected by people who are so much experienced, and they are getting breached by a hacker who is a 16-year-old guy who hacked Uber, is sitting somewhere in the dark room in a short, cozy, room, working in the dark night at 2 o'clock and breaching the Uber in next 15 minutes as well. So that is the reason what I'm trying to say is the normal perimeter based approach will not work. The normal network security approach will not work nowadays. So before I come to the zero trust architecture, before I talk about it, we also need to understand what exactly is the perimeter based network. So it is like a very simple example. There is an untrusted zone and there is a trusted zone of your network. You're creating a boundary using a firewall. And what you're trying to do is keeping every user behind the firewall, stating that behind the firewall, I have a trusted zone, and outside the firewall, I have an untrusted zone. So it is like a walled garden, right? The perimeter based network, I can say that they operate on an assumptions that all the systems and all the users within the network can be trusted. That means all the network or all the users who are actually behind the firewalls are all a trusted user. So that's an assumption. I mean, I can say that, right? Like we just saw the example of a Uber, right? Uber must have thought that the person who is using my VPN, his VPN is not breached, and he's a trusted user only. And whatever action he is going to do, whether approving MFA request or giving an OTP, everything is a trusted user because they are all behind the firewall. But we also need to understand that nowadays the organizations are adopting a different approaches. One approach is bring your own device. Second approach is bring your own cloud. So if you have an application, right, you can bring your own cloud, choose whether it's a on-prem, whether it's a public cloud, private cloud. You can still run those applications. You can use your own device to access those applications. And that is where the whole challenge can come into a picture. Just because of the attacker can compromise a single endpoint within your trusted company and quickly can expand the foothold across the network. So इसका मतलब ये है कि आपने एक गार्डन बना लिया, वॉल कर दी, एक दरवाजा है, लॉक किया हुआ है, अंदर लोग भरे हुए हैं, आपको लग रहा है कि दिस ऑल पीपल आर द ट्रस्टेड पीपल and they can't do anything, right? Now all these trusted people have one or the other ways that they can secure them, and we are trusting their weapons as well. If one person is exploited by somebody outside, they can actually make a harm to all the people in the walled garden itself. So that is the reason they can quickly expand the complete foothold across the network as well. So I always say that users in the network or all the users in the network cannot be trusted. Neither can the network be trusted, right? Why I'm saying this? Because there is a survey which was conducted and that says that 4% of the end users out of, let's say if there are 100 people, 4 people will click on anything. यानी कि उनको कुछ भी भेज दो. You send anything and everything on their email, they click on that particular link. 28% of the attacks involved inside actors. That means if there are 100 attacks which are happening, 28 attacks, 28% of the attacks, so there are 28 of the attacks or the attackers are the insiders only. And 17% of the breaches have errors as a casual event. इसका मतलब है कि आपने कुछ क्लिक किया, you got some error, but those errors are taken as a casual event. No, it's just an error. I don't have to worry about it, right? I opened a link, my browser is popping up, and in that pop-up, I have some error, but I'm okay. I'm completely okaying that error as a casual event. And that's what the problem is, that we are trusting all the users, right? So what is a zero trust network, right? So the zero trust network is what you are doing using a zero trust network is you are eliminating the concept of the trust based on the network location within the parameter. यानी कि एक बहुत ही interesting example दे रहा हूँ. You can just have a look at the example that I have people in one location, second location, third location, fourth locations. There are different firewalls I have in Ahmedabad office, Mumbai office, Pune office. I'm connecting all the firewall to my main office, creating a parameter, and then finally connecting all of that, users on a one single firewall, and then moving traffic from that firewall to an outside network. But there is a problem here, because here the zero trust network says that you are eliminating the whole concept of a trust based on the location of the network within the whole parameter. It basically leverages the device and user trust claims to get the access to the data and resources. So basically, all the devices, all the people, all the things, it basically the user leverages the devices to basically claim the trust to get an access to the data, resources, and to an outside world. What basically compromises the zero trust network? So we need to understand that. So let's say you have a mobile phone or you have a computer access, right? The trust is determined by the identity. I again repeat, the trust is determined by the identity of that user, the device directory, which we call it a active directory or an AD. There is a policy. The policy is already defined that which user is going to get what access and at what level of the access is given to that particular user based on the device directory and the identity provided. So one, the device directory identifies that yes, this is a right device, I need to give an access. The identity provider identify, oh, this is a right person, I need to give an access. And the policy evaluate, I only need to give an access to this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. I don't need to give an access to complete network. And then there is an access proxy which connects to a proxy network, and that gives an access to the organizational resources. So that's something which is a right trust is built up by these 4 pillars of that particular thing. The one is a right device, second is a right identity, the third is a right access, and the fourth is a right policy, which is the most important thing. And that is based on it, they basically access the whole organization structure. So what compromises comprises of the zero trust network? So as I just discussed, let me again reiterate that the identity provider is to keep the track of users and user related information. The device directory is maintaining the list of devices that is an access to the corporate resources or the corporate network, along with their corresponding devices, like the type of devices, integrity of the devices, everything is maintained in the device directory. The policy evaluation service is to determine whether user or device conforms to the policy set forth by the security admin or not. So security admin defines that if Sunny is an user of HR department or a management department, he should have an access to the books, he should have an access to tele, he should have an access to all resources. But if he's only an only user of a HR department, he should only have an access to the HR department, right? So all of this is completely, I'm extremely sorry, all of this is completely set and forth by the security administrator. And the access proxy that utilizes the above signals to basically grant or deny access to the organizational resource. And yes, the most important part in the whole of a zero trust network is that what you have is the anomaly detection and a machine learning. So again, I repeat, is an anomaly detection and a machine learning. So that anomaly detection and machine learning basically ensures that you have access to a right resources. You are accessing or granting the access to the right resources. You are making also sure that you are giving it to right person, right device. If something goes wrong, the machine identifies the pattern and machine stops that particular pattern as well. When you are designing a zero trust architecture, what things you need to know in order to make sure that you have a right zero trust architecture? So the one is who are your users. The number of users in your organizations are needed to be known. Whether it could be your resource, your vendor resources, your employee, your freelancers, your managed security service provider, every single user needs to be identified. Which user wanted to get access to what type of resources and what level of access is required to give it to them. How they are doing it. Are they doing it by just putting ID password? Is there any authentication mechanism in place? Is there any MFA which is in place? And why are they doing it in that way? So that's why is very important, right? What conditions are required to access multiple resources? That means whether you win a passkey or a OTP or approval mechanisms, all these conditions are required that you need to define. And what controls are required based on what conditions. When I say controls, that means a user can access, but it can only access it for certain time. He cannot access it after his office hours. He cannot access it after his shift. If the resources are being accessed and the controls are being implemented, but if the user is ideal, he's not using that proxy or identity, he's just logging into it, the control should eliminate that user access, make him out of the systems, and that condition which is not meeting, or if there is a way that he's accessing the resources, but what he's doing is something anomaly which is not right, then you need to stop that particular users as well. So these are the controls I'm talking about is very, very much required. So let us take an example. I think I'll make it very, easy for you to understand from the image or from the, architecture which is already designed. So let us take an example. There's an organization and the organization is using the cloud services like Google ID or MSA or identity provider. They're using the other devices, the Android, iOS, Mac OS, and Windows. So there's mobile devices are Android, iOS, Mac OS, and Windows are the other devices. They are having the corporate network, which is at a physical and a virtual location as well. So there are people working from home, there are people working from physical network. So there's a corporate network and the virtual network as well. And there are certain browser apps. So there are certain apps that you need to access it from a browser. And then there are certain apps that you need to access it from the client side. There are the three client applications or other applications which are already installed. So the approach based on the conditions. So what are the conditions? That what is the user's role? So if it is a user's role is in the HR department or a management or a marketing or a anything, and what is a group membership? Which particular group membership is required? What is a device health and the compliance state? So basically, before giving an access, they check whether the device is okay, whether the patches are applied, whether the compliance is being met, whether the baseline scanning is done on the systems or not, whether it's a license. All this compliance is being checked before the user gets an access to that particular resources. What is the SaaS on-prem or mobile app being accessed? यानी कि software as a service कितना applications है, on-prem कितना है, mobile app कितना है, and that is being accessed. So these are the conditions which is there. What is the user's physical location? So let's take an example. An Ahmedabad laptop connecting from Ahmedabad, but then the same laptop went to somewhere in the different locations, right? Whether that location is the same or whether the location is changed. What is the time of signing? As I said, there are conditions that you can define that what is the time of the signing. If my signing time or my shift time is 10:30 to 5:30, I need to only sign between 10:30 to 5:30. I cannot sign before 10:30 or after 5:30. So this all conditions are the approach, or you can design the approach while you're designing the whole zero trust architecture. What is the signing risk of the user's identity? That is, whether you have authorized, but yeah, he is, signing in, but he's not been able to enter his MFA. He's not been able to, enter his passkey. He's not been able to approve the MFA request. So this is something which is, is very interesting. What is the user's risk? That means if the VPN is accessed from a different locations and the user is trying to access something which he is not entitled to or not coming into a group membership, and the devices change because the compliance state of the older devices on which the users, the zero trust, the agent is not working, and it is a device which is changed, which is unpatched system. That something is going to define the user's risk, and there could be a probability of the bad actor coming to and compromising your particular network. So based on this condition, what you have to do is you have to allow or block access. You have to limit their access. You require MFA. If something goes wrong and something coming repetitively, you ask that user to force password reset, keeping a new password. You block that particular authentication to make sure that you control that session and you don't allow that session to do any sort of a read and write, whether anything coming from public network, your cloud network access, or your public cloud access as well. Device health condition is very important. So when you have to determine the machine level access, whether any malware is installed, whether antivirus is updated or not, whether the system patches are applied or not, whether the system is running as expected or not, right? Whether what is the boot time of the machine, whether the system has gotten access to any of the compliance policy check like OS setting, is changed or not, whether the registry has been changed or not. If the registry has been changed, what has been changed in that registry. So every single thing is being checked by the zero trust, the architecture on the device LAN. Identity condition. So whether it's a user's, origin IP address or it's a different IP address, whether it's the same browser or a user is using a different browser, whether it's the same location or unfamiliar location, is sign-in suspicious. So if there are high number of failed attempts across multiple accounts over a short period of time, whether the traffic pattern matches with the traffic pattern of the same user or it is changed or not, right? And that is the reason, and the most important part is, if all these conditions of the identity is matched, decide the user's risk level, whether the confidence of the user is high risk or a medium risk or low risk. So zero trust architecture define all this type of the risk, and also go and check whether this data is up for sell for dark web and deep web or not. And that is the reason the zero trust is based on the conditional access control. So what happens over here, that there is a policy engine, there is a real-time evaluation engine, what you are seeing right now, and on a top of it, there is a machine learning. On one side, there are employee, partner, users, and roles which are defined. That these are my employee, these are my partner, these are all my other users, and these are the roles I have defined. All the trusted devices, locations, and the client method. And all this, the conditions are going to be triggered by the real-time evaluation engine, that yes, the user is trying to logging in. The policy is this. I need to only allow this much of access. I need to limit this much of access. If it requires more access, I need to have MFA. If the user is getting blocked or user is trying to do a lot of things, it has to be a forced password reset on the user's, the account. So this real-time machines will define the user's score. And if the risk score goes high, it can block that particular users as well. This is exactly what is the zero trust architecture would look like. And it is not dependent on the traditional firewall, which only defines the untrusted network, trusted network, and then there is a firewall in between, right? And that is the reason this is the benefit of the zero trust model, that basically it allows the conditional access to certain of the resources applications while restricting access to the high value resources on a managed or a compliant devices. See, understand, यहाँ पे user एक अकेला role play नहीं कर रहा है. There's a device, user, everything getting checked, then the policy comes into picture, identity comes into picture, and then the access is given. It prevents the network access and the lateral movement using the stolen credentials and the compromised password. यानी कि एक यूजर को जितना दिया गया है वही कर सकता है. He cannot go a lateral movement and just scan using a nmap and say that I have 10 other devices which are in my network. Let us try to do Kali Linux and find some sort of vulnerabilities on the Kali Linux on the same sort of a network. So this is exactly what is the benefit of zero trust, that the lateral movement can be stopped, because 90% hacking में होता क्या है कि that one endpoint is compromised and that becomes a hacker's endpoint. The hacker install his own, the kit our own, the mechanism to basically do a lateral movement across the organization's devices. It also enables user to be more productive by working however they want, where they want, and when they want. Only thing that needs to be matched is identity, your device, your conditions, and your policies. So if you make sure to work in all the things in a right arm's length, you can access and do whatever you want. You can be more productive because you don't have access to other of the resources. Identity is everything. So in zero trust, the most important is identity is everything, which makes it a control plane. If your identity is changed, यानी कि सनी इस मैकबुक पे काम कर रहा था बट सनी की जगह कोई और मैकबुक पे काम कर रहा है एंड somebody else is trying to logging in and somebody else trying to access the resources which Sunny is not having an access to, then it completely disrupt the services of that user, and that's how you have a security. Consider an if this then that, an automated approach to a zero trust. Yani if this is matching, then that is allowed. If this is not matching, that is not allowed. So that's a very simple way to understand the zero trust, and it can enable new businesses outcome that were not possible, the before. So it's a very simple way. I have explained that how do it redefine the network security, because in the traditional network security, the only way is you have firewalls and then firewall of firewalls and then IDPS of firewalls, and then on a top of it you have HA of the firewall by keeping all those parameters, and that's is not going to be secure. So the only way it can be secured is you have a right identity, you have a right access, you have a right policy, you have a right effective policy, you have a right evaluation engine that evaluates all these controls, give a right risk score to that user, allow access, limit access, require MFA if they found some anomaly. If that's also not matching, reset that forced password of the user and block the legacy authentication. If all things matches, then only you have an access to the public cloud or your SaaS application like your Gmail, your Outlook, your SaaS-based application, and your on-premise and other applications as well. So that's something as a redefined approach on the zero trust. And thank you. Thanks a lot for hearing me for such a long time and keeping such a good patience. I'll keep this floor open for people to ask questions if they have, and then we'll wind up the session. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sunny sir, for a wonderful session. It was highly knowledgeable for us also. There is a question from Srinivas ji. So, Srinivas ji, I am unmuting you. Yes, please, Srinivas ji.
Yeah, good evening, Sunny ji. Good evening. Thank you for the wonderful lecture. And
before you ask a question, let me give you some of the tools name, because this was a FDP session. I could not able to allow to give any OEM or any marketing of the OEM, but there are certain OEMs with Chintan, by your approval, I can just give the name. Zscaler is one of them.
Yes, definitely.
Scope is one of them. So these are the solutions which basically provide, or they are the market leaders in this game, provide the zero trust solutions to make sure to give a secure remote access to DLPs, to securing network from a traditional architecture to a zero trust architecture. So just to give you, these are the names of the tools which are very pretty famous in the market. There are a lot of tools which are right now working on the zero trust, because zero trust has been in the talks for quite a long time now. I mean, I'm quite a few years now, and Gartner has also been recognizing it as one of the mandates, mandatory control to be implemented, or can be implemented by the organizations on that part. So these are the tools I can give you. Over to you, sir, to ask your question.
Yes, Srinivas ji.
In the beginning of your lecture, you mentioned about all the personal information of ours, password, Aadhaar, and everything is available on the dark web.
Correct.
But then I, as a hapless, unsuspecting user, how do I confirm that for myself that,
Very good.
I should be careful about that now. And what are the steps I have to take in such a scenario? Number two, zero trust architecture. When you mention this means किसी को नहीं believe करेंगे. Nobody,
Correct.
even the MD who has established the company, he and the person who is also the IT head of the entire firm, they're also not believing anybody. Is that the
Correct.
understanding?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Kindly, yeah, kindly.
Correct, sir. So I think to answer your first question, let me open my Google Chrome. You can see there's a website which is already available known as haveibeenpawned.com, right? It says I'll just write my email ID and I go and check whether my email ID is breached or not. And what I can see right now on the screen is there are 15 data breaches where my email ID is already available. The latest data breach which has taken place, which is a data troll stealer log. So there's something, some hacker has done the data breaches from different of the vulnerabilities, and then he has given the name of this logs or the dump which is available on dark web and deep web, which is the data troll stealer logs in June 2025, which compromises of publicly accessible informations, email IDs and passwords of a lot of people. How did he got this? He might have got it through getting into some browser extensions or getting into the things, or he might have got this database from somebody and he's selling it. In other 2025, there was one more breach. 183 million data is compromised. In February also it happened. So ideally, let's not go into all 15 because my first password of this email ID was available because the Zomato was breached in 2017, right? We don't have to look into it. What we need to look into it is the latest breach, right? So agar June ke baad, if I haven't changed the password of this email ID to a newer password, my chances of getting hacked is not 99%, but 100%, right? Because that is already available on dark web and deep web. It is not my problem that I have a weak password or I have other password, but I might have installed some extensions because extensions are not made by the Google Chrome but they are made by some third party. So, but I have installed it because I might needed it, some point of time. The hacker has broke into extension, got some cookies, got some passwords, try to monitor all of that, or the hacker might have purchased the database from somebody and all, right? So, keep looking your ID passwords on this website. Click on notify, and the moment you click on notify, at any point of time, any breaches has taken place. Like yesterday's example, right? Some hacker claimed that I have got all Gmail IDs and passwords of everyone, right? And they're all the latest IDs and passwords. The Gmail denied the allegations or the claims made by that particular hacker, but you never know, right? It can only be confirmed when the data is available on dark web, deep web, and at least Gmail would download the data, purchase the data, and they themselves verify that the claims which are made by the hacker is right or wrong, right? But yes, we have to accept the claim, the reason behind it, because the data is already available and on dark web and deep web. And right now the hacker wanted to make money because he's selling the data and getting money in the bitcoins or a crypto. So the answer is very simple, that you can use this website, notify. At any point of time your ID password is compromised, you will get the notifications on your email ID saying that it's there. Keep all different passwords, keep MFA so that you are secure. The second is, yes, and the zero trust, as I said, identity and device plays a very important role. So a device we change kar sakte ho, but identity plays a very important role, right? So identity is something that Sunny is aligned, or Sunny is a CEO of the company, only allowed to do these things and only allowed to use these things. So Sunny is trusted. But if the laptop of Sunny is used by somebody, logged into something else, and the policies are not matching, and the ML has said or the AI has said that Sunny has changed the machine and I don't see that device in my directory, it has to be stopped. Then it has to be stopped, right? So all these controls or the actions are based on the zero trust are there. So answer is very simple. Yes, nobody is trusted in the organization. Everybody has to be taken at the same level when you have implemented this particular approach.
Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you, Sunny sir, for the answer. So I have one doubt that if the device and identity both are shared sometime by
Correct.
mistake, sometime it is happening that someone is using my personal laptop and my identity is also there. Miss सबका यही हैबिट होता है पासवर्ड सेव करके रखते हैं, right? So identity and device both are there. So in
Correct.
such cases it is very difficult, right?
नो नो, इट इज नॉट डिफिकल्ट सर. सर अगर आपका आइडेंटिटी भी अलग हो गया, मतलब मान लीजिए, सी दिस नेटस्कोप और Zscaler, दे हैव देयर ओन agents which are installed on the devices.
Okay.
Now there are agents which known as ZIA or ZPA, which is like the internet access or a privilege access, and then there are policies which are defined over a cloud. Right.
Okay.
So there are policies which are defined over a cloud. So now the question is like, मान लीजिए कि somebody is token that agent, put into a different device, taken your identity credentials, put also into a different device, but he can't change the policy, right? He can't change that thing which he is not allowed to do. So if the user is a change, identity is changed, but then the hacker is not knowing what Chintan Patel is allowed to use. And he's trying to log into all different things. He's trying to log into AWS, he's trying to log into other things. Then one is going to block access. Second, if he's still trying, is going to limit access, require some MFA of logging into your account as well, right? To access some of the other resources, and then otherwise they'll kick you out of that particular system as well. So
Yes,
that's
yes.
very much possible. Yeah.
So MFA play a very important role.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Next question is by Devansh Parikh. Devansh, you can unmute.
Hello.
Yes, Devansh, please.
Good evening to everyone. And hello, Sunny sir.
Yeah.
After
Hi,
a
Devansh.
long time, I was attending your session again
Achha, okay.
because
So
I was belongs
I
from the
keep
Parul University.
I keep the same energy now. It's been an age I've been conducting sessions, but I hope you liked it and you enjoyed it.
We are meet the in the PICET in the Parul University last year.
Oh, okay, okay.
24.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you,
so my
Devansh.
question is
If
that
anyone have any question, do you have a question, Devansh?
yeah, sir, yeah. Sir,
Please.
Sunny sir, like अभी रिसेंटली हमने एक न्यूज़ सुना था मार्केट में कि लाइक बोट लाइफस्टाइल का जो वेबसाइट है उसका भी एक डेटा ब्रीच हुआ था, राइट?
Hmm.
तो उसके अंदर जो हमारे डेटा लाइक ईमेल आईडी और पासवर्ड कॉम्प्रोमाइज हुआ होगा मे बी,
Hmm.
तो उसको कैसे हम लाइक उस टाइम के लिए हम लोग कैसे अभी से सिक्योरिटी ले सके? लाइक उसमें तो मेरा ईमेल अकेला ही गया है, जस्ट पासवर्ड वहां पे नहीं है बिकॉज दे आर यूजिंग द ओटीपी फैसिलिटी.
So that's a very interesting thing, Devansh. अगर OTP है और अगर आपका डेटा ब्रीच हुआ है, तो they might have taken only your PII data, which the PII data might be your name or your, I mean, whatever confidential detail that you have filled up, or your addresses, your home address, or your for shipping or for logistic information, whatever आपने रखा होगा वो होगा, and your order information. I don't think so that would be of that use if somebody gets to know कि देवांश ने बोट के ये हेडफोन ऑर्डर किए थे, या तो देवांश का घर का एड्रेस ये है, because it's so easy to for anybody to find out my address or my home address if they know something known as OSINT, or they go to a dark web, deep web nowadays. So Malab privacy is, although India is now getting the law on the privacy to take the consent of it, but what has happened already, and you can't do anything about it, right? So you don't have to worry on those lines, right? But yes, if you have something known as logging using Google, or logging using Apple, or logging using something, right, where you already sharing your session with that applications, or you have, let's say, an app, right, the boat app as well. So and you have an app, right, you're trying to log in and sync your data with your email as well. So my suggestion would be to end that session, change your password, and again recreate that session. That's all fine, right? But keeping that same session, it will allow anybody or to take your session data and might get to know your personal information, like your heartbeat, or your pressure, or your other of the critical health informations as well. Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
sir, like in the Google, there is some security feature like enhance the dark web facility. So
So you can enable that. So nowadays Google also gives you, right? I mean, every time it gives you that whether you have any sort of a compromised passwords or compromised sessions available or not. What are the compromised applications also nowadays? So you have that feature enabled, and you can get to know whether applications are compromised or not. Right?
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, there is one question, one more question. Ursulan, can you unmute? Yes.
Good evening, sir. Good evening. Sir, as you have told that we can check from the Have I Been Pwned website that whether my account has been breached or not. As I can see, like my email ID, it has been compromised in boat breach 24. So does it mean that only my boat credentials are compromised, or maybe my other things related to my account, they are also compromised? So what does it indicate exactly, sir?
See, I believe that in that case, you'll have to, I mean, if you really want to see what data has gone out of the boat, because uh, the Have I Been Pwned gives only the informations which is relevant for you to know, right? So if you know that boat, उसके नीचे लिखा होगा आपकी क्या क्या information गई है. Is it like your addresses or personal information or any other information? They must have written that information. As I said, अगर वो आपको मतलब and I'm 100% sure if it has been breached, your आपके addresses तो गए होंगे, right? मतलब if you have ordered something from a boat website or आपने कुछ भी किया है, but that is not something that you need to worry about. What is more need to be worry about? अगर if your app data, right, which is sync, as I said, you know, your health data, आप कितने steps चलते हो, आप कहाँ जाते हो, आपने कितना walking किया, everything is maintained on an app right now, right? If that is something breach, is most critical data of yours, right? So that you can do it by going to there are certain, I mean, I cannot teach you how to access a dark web. You can just do some kind of a GPTs and do that, right? You go to those dark web, find out that breach, download that data, and then you yourself can see कि भाई मेरा क्या क्या data गया है. Then now you can do it, right? Initial क्या होता है जब breach होता है तो people try to sell the data, right? They try to make money, but वो hackers are also nowadays like, yeah, I have made enough money now give it for free to everyone, right? So you can also download, I can also download, and I can also check whether this what is there in the data. So you can do some sort of OSINT on the dark web, deep web, or the OSINT in a normal web. If you see that breach data, download, index it, and see what is available on that. I cannot commit. I don't know what sort of a data is available on that.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sunny sir, for answering all the questions. I think there is no more questions with us. So once again, thank you so much, Sunny sir, for joining the session.
Thank you, and I sincerely apologize.
No need to sir. No need for that. Yeah,
Sorry.
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, dear participants, we will start the sessions once our next speaker will join around 7:20 or 7:25. So till that you can take a break also, and till that if anyone is want to discuss anything with us for a feedback or anything, me and Parag sir, coordinator and co-coordinator, both are here. So you can raise your question hand and you can ask if you want to discuss anything. Yes, I think, yes, Srinivas ji, please.
The way you are organizing this lectures, very nice.
Thank you so much.
The very highly knowledgeable people you are getting to this FDP.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. They are actually real people who work on real projects, not real ones. So they come with years of experience. And delivering the content is just amazing. Just only point is just making notes. We are making notes for ourselves so that we can deliver it in the class.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Even we have prepared a playlist, YouTube playlist I have shared in our WhatsApp group. So you can access all the videos from that YouTube playlist day-wise, right? So yeah, so you can definitely access.
By the entire team. Very fair.
Yeah, thank you. Anyone else, any feedback or anything? Yes, I think there is hand raise from K. Shah. So yes, please, K. Shah.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Sir, just one thing. Yesterday it was a very good session by the Parag sir.
Yeah.
It was hands-on session. So it's a request if we can have this type of offline session. because like we do it in a parallel, तो वो ज़्यादा सीखने को मिलता है. Like अभी तो क्या होता है कि he is teaching and we are just watching.
Yeah.
So it's just a request that if we can
So
have.
you are based in Gujarat?
Yes, from Ahmedabad.
Okay.
Actually, 2 years back, I came to your campus for digital electronics. Something workshop was organized by
Faculty
you.
skilling program on IoT.
Yeah.
In the IoT
Yes.
lab that we have
Yes,
conducted.
IoT.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I was coordinating that. Yeah.
Yeah.
When we shift to our new campus, Silaj, at that time definitely we will arrange this kind of program practically hands-on. Actually, whatever I delivered yesterday, I'm doing this hands-on training only to the cyber commandos and all.
Yeah.
And they are doing practically with me.
Yes,
Actually, it's very interesting to know, but when we do it hands-on live, it gives a different feeling and the confidence actually.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. Agree.
Thank you so much.
Our combo is rare. He is a practical expert and I am researcher. So
Tomorrow you'll get a chance to listen you, sir. Tomorrow is your session.
Yes, yes. Definitely based
He's
on
a
your
wonderful
suggestion.
researcher.
Yeah.
Dr. Chetan is a wonderful researcher.
Thank you, sir. So based on your suggestion, definitely we'll plan a workshop, hands-on workshop on cyber security. We'll keep Parag sir session also and from industry expert also. Definitely soon we'll plan. That I can
Thank you
promise.
so much, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Next, there is a RRR's iPhone. Sir, some good names are there. So iPhone, RRR iPhone, can you please unmute? I think he is not available. So Pooja, can you unmute? Pooja?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Pooja,
I just
please.
wanted to thank you for organizing such a wonderful sessions. Actually, initially I thought it wouldn't be as interesting, but day by day my interest is increasing, and I'm just waiting for the sessions to start. So I just wanted to thank the organizers.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Pooja. Okay.
Sir, can you just resend the link for
Attendance
today's
link?
session?
Attendance link you want?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 second, 1 second.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, dear participants, next expert is with us, Santosh Khadsare sir. So now we'll stop feedback session and we will start the next session. So, Santosh sir, please, 1 second. Yeah, Santosh sir has started the camera. And so thank you so much, Santosh sir, for joining us. Before we start the session of sir, let me take little time to introduce our expert. So, Lieutenant Colonel Dr. Santosh Khadsare is a cybersecurity and DFIR professional specializing in the digital forensic. He has joined the ESEC Forte Technology as a vice president. He was head of a digital forensic lab at CERTIN, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, New Delhi. In addition to his BE Electronics and Communication, he possesses additional qualifications such as CHFI, Certified Ethical Hacker, RHCSA, IVTA from CMU, Pittsburgh, USA, additional cyber forensic course at CDEC, Cybercrime Investigator, Cybercrime Invention Officer, and Access Data Certified Examiner. Mr. Santosh Khadsare was judged among the top 3 scholars during the MDA ISAC National Cybersecurity Scholar Program for 2020 and awarded the best innovative paper titled The Role of Digital Forensic in Industry 4.0. He has 20 years plus of a rich experience in the digital forensic, cyber laws, information security, cyber audit, and incident response. He is best known in the digital forensic community for his expertise, skill sets, and mentorship qualities. He has been a speaker at the various national and international conferences such as BRICS, Colombo Cybersecurity Conference 2022, NASCOM DSCI Annual Information Security Summit 2020, international conferences on cyber laws 2020, cybercrime and cyber security, COCON, HACON, Hacker Day, National Cyber Defense Summit, and Government of GOV InfoSec Summit in the Asia. Also, he has also authored the various articles on information security and digital forensic in the national and international publications. Thank you so much, Santosh Katsare sir, for joining us. It's our pleasure to have you in this session. You can share your screen and we can start the session. And over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Chintan. Am I audible?
Yes, perfectly audible, sir.
I know I joined early, but let's start early, no?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes.
And thanks for the introduction, firstly. And presently, I am the Chief Technology Officer at SysTools. It's a Pune-based cybersecurity company.
Yes, sir.
That's what. I'm just sharing my screen. You can just confirm when you can see my screen.
Yes, 100%, sir. Yes, sir. Your screen is visible to us.
Can you see the slides?
Yeah, sir. Just we can see. Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, I would really again thank Dr. Chintan for inviting me. You know, the best thing I like is to speak to young minds, young budding professionals, researchers, because being in this field for around now 27 years and pursuing forensics as a core subject, I feel that this field has really picked up very well in India at least. So today's topic, which was given to me, I speak on a lot of topics related to forensics, but today I thought and we decided that we will speak on next gen digital forensics. And why next gen digital forensics? Of course, I will be covering forensic fundamentals and then next gen digital forensics, where I'll cover the role of AI in forensics in the future, the role of other technologies in forensics, because as you know, technology is changing every 6 months, and we have to cope up with the technology, not only with the technology, but also with the crimes which are taking place with the technology. So with that as a backdrop, already I have been introduced, so I'll not spend more time on my introduction. Now coming on to few, present day, you can say some kind of crimes or some kind of threats which are in the global scenario. I've just picked up few important, you can say some threats. And one of the important threats, I was going through a lot of papers of 2024-25, especially the print and digital media. So one kind of threat which is rapidly emerging is, you can emails, threat emails, the threat to schools, threat to airports, threat to flights, threat to individuals. So if you see, email is used as a tool for, giving threats or even using it for siphoning of data and other things. So in corporate space, I mean, I'll speak of both the government and corporate space. The concept of business email compromise, BEC, is in a big way. And business email compromise requires a lot of investigations to be done, in which investigations are related to your solutions like email platforms or and internet, because it's transferred over internet, the servers and all across. So this one crime is on a boom. Now, before I start, few things about challenges in the cybersecurity space. You know, everyone knows that how powerful it is. With this present Operation Sindoor also happened. There were a lot of cyber attacks happening on our government sector, health sector, and there were a lot of investigations also on, and they're still on also. But the challenges is that even a normal laptop or phone can be used as a device to carry out attack. And there's an anonymity or deniability factor, uncertainty of the origin, because a lot of people use VPN. So all these things come out while you're carrying out the forensics, right? And asymmetric advantage. Asymmetric advantage is, as I said, you don't have to have a real weapon to carry out, but you can carry out with a digital weapon. I was also looking into the top 10 cybercrimes. Why I'm mentioning this? Because most of the police, the law enforcement on the FSLs are actually handling this type of crimes, and this type of crimes investigations are happening. And these are the types of crime in which future tech is being used. For example, if you see there's a digital arrest, everyone knows that this is the biggest problem nowadays happening. Every day newspaper has. Today there was a news article in Pune. One government employee lost around 1.9 crores, and he committed suicide because after he came to know he was defrauded. So losing money is one thing, but losing life is also a very big setback. Similarly, you have a lot of crimes which are happening, parcel customs in every of this crime. There is a digital asset involved, and there is a, you can say, investigation involved, which has to be carried out in a sound forensic manner, right? So you have KYC expired, scams, getting rich on trading, family member arrested. Now, this is nothing new, which I'm telling you. You must be reading in day-to-day newspaper. But saying a crime happened and finding out how it happened, these are two different things. So here is where our role as analyst, forensic analyst, comes into play. After something happens, how we can do the root cause analysis, reach and find out how it happened. So coming to the cyber scream at a you can say at a bigger picture. See, there are two kind of things: state actors or non-state actors. So state actors means they are countries who are involved in any activity like espionage or cyber warfare. And non-state actors means people who want money. They may be cyber criminals or someone carrying out terrorism. But in both the cases, national security and economics is, it gets impacted. And here is where again investigations carried out. Now, why I'm saying this, because over the 2.5 decades which I carried out, I've carried out all sorts of investigations at the national level also, where there was industrial spying or cyber warfare happening, and at that level, how the forensics is carried out, because the crimes are very high tech, whether it's content to espionage, like, or having ransomware attacks, or having some attacks related to, say, deep fakes or IoT kind of attacks. So I'll be speaking on that in the later phases and on this. So I've just mentioned that there are state, non-state actors, state-sponsored actors, terrorists having in cybercrime. Let me state with the case study. Now, this case study, I don't know how many of you have heard me, but since first time I'm speaking to this institution, so I thought I'll mention this case study in which my team, carried out a very beautiful analysis. This is at a very national level. And whatever a short disclaimer to all of you, that whatever I'm speaking is already available in the open domain, that is on the internet or somewhere. So why I had to make this disclaimer, because I have done so many thousands of cases which are of national security and which are still in courts. So I cannot disclose them, nor I cannot speak about them. But I'm only speaking of the cases which are readily available on the internet, and you can find it if you look for. And there are books written on it. That's it. So that was a short disclaimer. So can anyone tell me, anyone remember this date, 14th February in 2019, what happened? Now, I was in the defense, that I'm a army veteran. Can anyone remember this date? What happened on this date? Anyone, just a wild guess? Just a wild guess. Because this actually changed the forensic investigation dimension in the country. So yes, Virendra Atri, yes, can you just tell what happened on 14th Feb?
Yes, Virendra ji, please unmute.
सर आई थिंक पहलगाम में अटैक हुआ था आई थिंक
Okay, you are somewhere near to it, so I will just go ahead. It was an attack on Pulwama, not Pahalgam.
हाँ
Pahalgam तो अभी हुआ है.
सॉरी पुलवामा अटैक हुआ था मिलिट्री पे आई थिंक
Yeah. So this is all again media clipping. There was an attack in which we lost 40 lives in this, and it was a very, very sad state, because that at that moment I was in that valley only, means in Srinagar, and I was working, and we could see that attack happening, and this happened actually. This attack happened, and there was no clue of what actually went wrong, or how was there was a miscommunication, or there was some gap in intelligence failure or something like that. So it was very difficult to find. What happened is, in this case, the NIA was investigating the case, and Mr. Balwal, who was the SP of NIA, he is now the DG in the Northeast, a very fine gentleman officer. So they found a phone, mobile phone, which was a Samsung phone, and it was not found during the attack. But it was found 3 months afterwards in some other mishap or encounter which was taking place. Now, this phone was very heavily encrypted, and it had file-based encryption. The people who are into forensics understand what is file-based encryption, what is full disk encryption. Even if you don't understand, what are mobiles nowadays you use, any kind of mobile, So they have encryption, means every file on your mobile is encrypted. Or if there's a FDA, that is full disk encryption, every full disk is encrypted. And this also had security features, like everyone of us used latest phone, whether it's OnePlus or Samsung or any other phone, Google or iPhones. So they have a lot of security features, right? So now if you also know if you have a facial recognition, if a wrong person looks at the phone 3 times, it will get locked. So there are many security features inbuilt. So this case somehow it came to the forensic lab at certain, and this case again. So it was in a total damage condition. It had come. It was not starting, and let me tell you, it took us a month plus. Us means the team. Whenever in forensics, it's the team that works. And after this phone was restarted, and it was the encryption key was found. I will tell you in the later case how things were done, and the phone was decrypted. So it looks so simple in saying this, that encryption key was found or the decryption took place, but it took us really a month or the team to actually find how this could be done. And then we were able to recover all the photos, videos, GPS coordinates, and other things. And you'll be shocked to believe that these are all photos on the internet available. We were able to home down who carried out the attack, from where they came, what was the transaction, what money they used, what vehicle they used, the identities of the individuals. Everything was able to track. This was only possible because we were able to reconstruct the phone, decrypt the phone, and also do the analytics of that phone. So all these messages are there, and there are so many books written on this. If you read Pandita's book on Lowell Boy of Bawalpur, or there are some other books written. So all these images are from the book. So there's nothing confidential about. There's nothing which is I'm sharing extra. So we were able to track this, and we were able to own this case. And then there was a media coverage that this phone, because this phone was we were able to get hold of this phone, and we were able to crack this phone and use it. This case was involved. It was a 14,000 page report which we submitted to the court. And then this you must have read in the media that a damaged phone helped NIA to find out the conspiracy behind the Pulwama attack. So this is the power of forensics. If you do it properly, if you use proper tools, if you use proper technology, if you know what to do, you can actually solve a case. And this was a game changer, because we were able to prove that the attack had taken place from somewhere else, not from inside. So there are many things were there, which of course, due to confidentiality, I don't share. Whatever is there in media, I have just shared with you. But this is the power of forensics. Now, I also want to tell you one more case study about how powerful means the approach, how you approach towards investigations or analysis. I'll not call investigation, analysis, because the police does the investigation, the forensic analysts do the analysis of the case. So in this case, you see that this is the part of application forensics, because in this case, you see there are two calculator apps on your mobile. So once this case came, we were told that this phone is being misused for some wrong activities. But we could not find, no one could find where the data is. No one could see any abnormal behavior or abnormal photos, videos, kuch nahi dikh raha tha. So in this case, once we saw this, so in prima facie, if you or me look at it, there's nothing suspicious. But once we are doing analysis, we found that these applications, when we were testing, we found that one was very bulky, means it was a big size. So we thought that why should a normal calculator app be of a big size, or it was in some GBs, gigabytes, sorry. And then what we did, we found the APK. This phone came, we were told, I just mentioned. So we got hold of the APK. APK is an executable file. And then what we did is we found the configuration file. Now, whenever we install anything on a mobile or a desktop, there's a configuration file which is created by default. So once we are able to get hold of that configuration file, then this was something, it runs in hundreds of lines of code. When you code those who are programmers will understand there are thousands of lines of code, and finding something relevant to you in that code is very important. Now again, technology is future tech. Now AI is going to help. AI based tools will help in finding such. So first we used to take at least days to decode this code. So in this, if you see, we found some code here, which was if you see in the this, I'm just putting my mouse here. So it is, if you see 1922231. So we thought it's a suspicious thing, and this was used and put in a calculator. The app was open and put in the calculator. It was a vault. जो vault का मतलब होता है container था वो. And when we opened that, that was a password to the container, and we found all the pictures, videos, image, files, and everything what the law enforcement was looking for. So forensics is also about tools, technology, and logical reasoning also. So if you know, every case is different, every analysis is different. You'll meet the hurdle every time. Now, if a patched mobile phone or patch operating system comes with the latest patch, it will be very difficult for decrypting or analysis. So let me tell you one reality of forensics, that the success rate in forensics is less than 30%. When I said less than 30%, no one will. You only hear of successes. No one tells you about failure. So if I get 10 mobiles or 10 IoT devices, I may be able to crack or get into, say, 30 to 40 or 3 to 4 of them out of 10. But they are sufficient. If a case has, say, 30 devices, even if I'm able to break into or do the forensics of, say, 30% of devices and get the relevant intelligence, then, or the evidence, I'll call it, then that is more than enough. Now, what I want to tell you here, one more thing is, what is forensics? Now, everyone knows about forensics, right? So I want to tell you that forensics is actually a scientifically derived method. It's a science. Like forensic science, you must have heard, is a science. It's 100 years old. You have ballistic forensics, you have chemical forensics, you have other kind of forensics, which various institutes teach you. And सबसे newest baby on the block means सबसे पुराना, या you call it नया बोल लेते हैं उसको, कि digital forensics is hardly 35-40 years old. So in this, what we are doing is we are recreating the crime scene in the digital space. So my job as a forensic analyst is to recreate the crime scene. Now, one thing I want to tell you here, that if I can tell, or my analysis can tell you that this crime happened from this phone or this mobile, but I can't tell that this phone belonged to Santosh. Understand? So forensics is all about statement of fact. That means I can give a statement of fact, but I cannot tell who is behind that crime. That is the job of the police or the investigating officer. So that is what is. Now, forensics is all about, recovery, investigation, analysis. So there are a lot of things. We do identification, means finding out the potential evidence. It's all about evidence. You have to get the evidence and you should produce it, and you should be able to do the analysis and able to preserve it also and present it in the court. So it's all about tenability in the court of law. So कोर्ट में अगर आप प्रूव नहीं कर पाए कि ये ऐसे हुआ है, तो then उसका means there's no use of particular kind of analysis. If you see, let me tell you one more statistics is that most of for only single digit, means less than 10% of the forensic cases succeed in the courts because they are not done properly. Okay. So understand this thing, because people, they are labs, they are individual, but people are, since they are not being done properly in a sound forensic manner, the court rejects the evidence also. They have the right to reject, and they reject the evidence. Some people say, okay, I have used open source tools. You cannot use open source tools for, you can use them for training, but you cannot use it for actually live cases. The reason is, if you use it for live cases, then open source tool have why, when you go to the court and the court asks you, okay, how is this tool functioning? If it's an open source tool, you cannot tell how it is functioning. You don't know. right? But if it's a commercial tool, you can call the OEM and he can explain the whole process of how his tool is functioning, what all activities doing, what all changes it is doing. So that's why commercial tools are very much required in live cases. Open source tools can be used in case of when you are doing training or academic kind of activity. Now, what is the goal? Goal of forensics is, you prepare a report after your analysis, and that report should be credible and must stand legal scrutiny. Credibility कहाँ से आती है? Credibility तो एक आती है individual से, if he is trained, skilled, so that brings credibility. If there are tools which are validated, tested, vetted, that brings the credibility. If the lab is notified, that brings the credibility. So the credibility of evidence is very much important. And one thing which people or students or researchers, especially the professionals or students who want to come into the forensic domain, don't understand is that forensic is not a technical field only, it's a techno-legal field. When I say techno-legal field, I'm trying to tell you here is that you should also know the law of the land. Now, first IT Act, now IT Act and BSc also you should know. So what are the procedures? How is the chain of custody? How is the 65 first 65B and now 63 working, right? The ultimate goal of forensics is to prepare digital evidence to be produced in the court. And we are all answering the questions. Now, once something comes for forensics, yeah, what are the evidences? Means if a CCTV camera comes or if a smartwatch comes to me, so what are the evidence in that? I'm supposed to tell how that activity happened, the timeline analysis, metadata analysis, and who are involved. I can only tell the machine, but I can't tell the people. The people investigation, because see, suppose some crime happened with my mobile, but that moment my mobile was lost, or I'll say that my mobile was given to my friend, or he was using it. Although there may be other things of identity theft involved, but this is the man behind the machine to put him is the job of the IO. Okay. Now in forensics, day by day, the digital evidence is becoming very fragile and it can be tampered. Tampered का मतलब है कि उसको ना कोई भी तोड़ मरोड़ सकता है. If I suppose I have a mobile for investigation and it has a SIM in it or a eSIM in it, and the network is on, so I can remotely wipe that particular device. Or if some message comes in, even if a small message from the service provider also comes in, the integrity or the hash value will change of the device or of the of the content also if someone views it. So there's it can be easily tampered. And nowadays with the evidences, with the cloud coming into place, with IoT coming into place, it is become more challenging for forensic analysis to be carried out. If you see, forensic started with computers or storage media, but now and or memory, but now you have so many other field. Every new technology you require analysis because technology gets you crime. So now when you speak about forensics, you speak about memory forensics, you speak about cloud forensics, automobile forensics, satellites, drone forensics, then SCADA forensics, ICS, what I'm trying to say, IoT, GPS network, and I can include few more also with the latest technologies coming in. So what I'm trying to tell you that every technology brings in crimes, and crimes have to be investigated, and you require a forensic analyst or expert to do this activity. So this is a field, is an evergreen field. It is not going to die unless until technology dies down, which is not going to happen in the near future at least. Okay. So this is a field to, do research, to be there, to investigate. Now I'm working on blockchain related or crypto related trainings or cases or, courses. That because that is a in thing now. A lot of crimes are happening related to crypto. So every technology like blockchain is a technology for on which cryptocurrency works, and that is used for ransomware kind of attack. And as a forensic analyst, I have to find out, or anyone has to find out where the cryptocurrency has gone, what wallets are used, how it has been misused. So this thing is there. Now, people who don't know about forensics, this is a slide for them. The forensics is all about, there are two problems which we are always will be solving or we are trying to solve. One is the problem of plenty and second is the problem of capacity. Problem of plenty means now suppose say if you go 10 years back in your house, you must have hardly had one mobile or one laptop or one computer. But today, if you come to my house or if I come to your house and if there's a case involving some cybercrime, I will find at least 10 to 20 gadgets. Now, no case comes with a single device. It comes with, say, 10 devices, 20 devices. If it's a big case, then I've also handled cases with 500 to 1,000 devices also coming in single case. So that is a problem of plenty. I mean, there are so many devices coming. Now, problem of capacity is, my first computer in 1993, which I took, I'm not speaking of the memory, I'm speaking of the hard disk size was, it was 120 MB. Now 120 MB is a normal file also which gets created, it is 120 MB, So, but now you can get a normal pen drive of say 4 terabyte or even 8 terabytes. It's so huge. So it's the problem of capacity. And these two problems actually impact the processing and reviewing speed, the time taken to do the analysis and time taken to review or make. That's why you find a lot of cases pending in the forensic labs which are not attended. There's so much pendency. Every lab has around 25 to 30,000 cases pending, and many more also, which are still lying in police stations, in malkhanas, and there are many corporate cases which are not being investigated. The reason is this. So we are always fighting against this, and the future tech is all about this: how to address these problems of problem of plenty and problem of capacity. I'll just ask in between, is it okay till now pace? Are we going fine? Can anyone just tell me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now coming on to technology changes. I have written a lot on solid state devices. If you Google it out, you'll find a lot of my presentations, talks, and even papers on this. See, if you see a normal hard disk, normal old time hard disk. Nowadays also you get this hard disk, but in the less number as such. So you had the read write head, the platter. Here magnetic data was stored in magnetic form. But the new technology which is coming is the solid state device. Your mobile has that, the SIM card reader, your laptops have this solid state devices. So there's a problem. Whenever there's a technology change, there's a challenge in forensics. Now in magnet, in this HDD form, it was very easy for me to do the forensic because I used to make an image, take the hash, recover the deleted data, find the malwares, and give a report. But in SSDs, if you see, if a normal computer, you have only one CPU, what we call. But wherever there is SSD, especially in the laptops or whether it's in the hard disk or server, so there's one CPU in that, but there's one more CPU or called a controller, which is in the solid state device storage media. I've just mentioned controller. You can just see here. So there are two center of, you can say, decision making. And if I give a delete command in a laptop or in a computer, and that is passed on to the controller on this SSD, and then there's no way to retract because this is all inbuilt. So even if I stop, I can't stop the trim command. Delete. It's called trim command because it's equivalent to delete command. So all that and the saving, how the data is stored, technology is different. How it is deleted again is different. There new concept of called data amplification where you can find data in different places. There's a new concept of data vaporization where data evaporates because technology. What happens? All have gone to school, so you understand the capacitor. कैपेसिटर अगर कोई उसको चार्ज नहीं रखे थोड़ा देर तो वो डिस्चार्ज हो जाता है. तो ये भी टेक्नोलॉजी है, ये है इसमें कैपेसिटेंस की टेक्नोलॉजी. अगर ये ज़्यादा दिन तक कहीं भी, इफ यू कीप इट इन द अलमीरा और समथिंग एंड इट्स फॉर फ्यू मंथ्स, यू मे सी अ प्रॉब्लम ऑफ डेटा इवेपरेशन कि उसका चार्ज चले जाने से डेटा इवेपरेट हो जाता है. सो बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम्स है विच ए फॉरेंसिक एनालिस्ट हैज टू अंडरस्टैंड. ही हैज टू अंडरस्टैंड टेक्नोलॉजी, ही हैज टू अंडरस्टैंड फाइल सिस्टम्स, ही हैज टू अंडरस्टैंड द न्यूएंसेस ऑफ इट. तो ये फ्यूचर टेक है. सो हाउ डू आई एड्रेस दिस? How do I address this new challenges which are coming? How are tools addressing these challenges, or how are manual analysts addressing these challenges? So this is to see. Regarding mobile forensics, I gave you a case study of mobile forensics in the start. So there are different types of extractions. I've just only mentioned 3 to simplify it for you. That you have a logical extraction. Logical extraction is extraction where whatever you see by your naked eye, you can remove it or you can take it as evidence. फाइल सिस्टम एक्सट्रैक्शन इज, यू कैन हैव जो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम होते हैं उसके भी फाइल्स होते हैं, जो हिडन फाइल्स होते हैं, दैट भी निकल जाते हैं. Best type of extraction is the physical extraction where you can remove the deleted files. So if a tool supports logical extraction only, you cannot find the deleted file. If a tool supports physical extraction, then you can find the deleted contents. And there are a lot of technology like file signatures, slacks, and other things, and many things are happening. So technology is, ये एक पूरा दौड़ है. आप कितना सीखोगे, कितना करोगे. That's why I always tell the new generation or new experts who come in, stick to few of the forensic specializations. Either you become a mobile forensic expert, or you become a cloud expert, or a IoT expert, or you can become an automotive or a SCADA expert, or 2 3 of them. You can't learn everything because there's so many things happening, and every case is equally important. So, and one more thing, if a mobile comes to me, I should know what tools to use, what techniques to use, what method to use. If I do that, if the tool is not supporting that extraction, then how do I go manually? How do I do generic extraction? How do I read the chipset? How do I read the data manual? हमने सब सीखा है, अगर जो इंजीनियरिंग में है या जो साइंस है, BCS में है, इन सबको पता है, right? So forensics is a niche field. It requires a lot of patience and passion. सब आना चाहते हैं, everyone wants to do. And one more thing I want to tell, since there's a FDP, most of the students comes to me after engineering or MTech. They say, sir, I'm now ready for a job, but they are not ready for the job. They are not industry ready because they have to do hands-on. Hands-on is very important. And so I was just listening to the previous speaker ke baad someone said ki hands-on should be there. I totally agree. But in this case, you will not get hands-on anywhere in a college or something. You have to go for a laboratory or a cyber cell or a or some other agency to get the hands-on on this. So this is again you can say, I'll not say it's a roadblock, but this is where you can get all these things. Now coming on to mobile forensic, why I'm speaking, I have 1 or 2 slides on mobile. There's a lot of physical tampering which take place. Chinese mobile set scam, device, as I said, don't support physical extraction because that is what we want. Maintaining integrity is very important if seizure is not done properly. Exif data stripping. Now people always ask me, sir, WhatsApp पे मैंने photo भेजा है, can you do forensics of that? देखो ऐसा है कि any social media platform, what it does it, कि if I load a, if I, my photo which is there is of say is of 10 MB, for example, if I load 10 MB photo on a WhatsApp or any other social media platform, it is a heavy file. So it will take time for transfer. Data ज़्यादा जाएगा. तो what the social media platform do, they strip it यानी उसको कम कर देते हैं. कम में क्या कम कर सकते हैं इसमें, एक तो पिक्सल्स कम कर देंगे, पिक्सलाइजेशन. एक तो मेटा डेटा उसका स्ट्रिप करते हैं. मेटा डेटा हैज ऑल द डेटा अबाउट द इमेज, जियो लोकेशन है, कौन व्हाट टाइप ऑफ इमेज है, बहुत सारी चीजें उसमें. एंड दैट इज द इंटेलिजेंस एक्चुअली. एक पिक्चर अगर मेरे पास या किसी एनालिस्ट के पास ले जाओ, ही कैन टेल यू कहाँ खींची है, किसने खींची है, किस कैमरे से खींची है, किस फोन से खींची है, उसका शटर स्पीड क्या है. आई कैन गिव यू हंड्रेड्स ऑफ पैरामीटर विच यू कैन होम डाउन and find out the actual device. But once it is put on social media, there is metadata stripping happen, and you lose a lot of metadata. So you don't get that intelligence. You may get very few irrelevant, irrelevant to not relevant, but you may still miss on a lot of intelligence. And next thing is the cloud. क्लाउड में जब जाता है, इट्स एडवांटेज एंड डिसएडवांटेज. आई टेल यू ऑफ क्लाउड. क्लाउड का एडवांटेज ये है कि इफ समवन डिस्ट्रॉयज हिज फोन, आई कैन स्टिल एक्सट्रैक्ट इट फ्रॉम द क्लाउड फॉरेंसिकली. So that people, we do it with a lot of criminals. So he says कि I've damaged the phone. Then what we say, okay, come on, log in. And log in है तो वो वापस sync हो जाता है data. And sync होते we get the evidence. So it's both ways kind of a thing. Now, if someone is into forensic, there are many concepts like hot device and cold device. Hot device means the device which is in on condition, you don't switch it off. So it's much more easier for me to use the tools to get in or to understand it. Cold device, if a mobile is switched on, it's already, I told you, no, आपका जो अगर मोबाइल है and अगर ओपन है, तो you don't have to put password to everyone, to all apps, WhatsApp को भी डालो, Facebook को भी डालो, वो खुला है तो खुला ही मिलेगा आपको. So if it's a cold device, then I have to use the password first to starting the third party password और ये. And hot device में मेरे को ये सब खुली चीजें मिलेगी and it will be easy for extraction. I spoke to you about full disk encryption and file-based encryption. Nowadays, all the devices use file-based encryption. Then the concept of eSIMs, हम सबको पता है कि पहले क्या होते थे, लोग सिम ढूंढते थे बिकॉज सिम में डेटा होता है, और सिम कम्युनिकेट करता है। तो पहले वो सिम को बंद करते हैं, सिम निकालते थे। अभी के मोबाइल में ई सिम्स आते हैं। आई हैव सीन मोबाइल विद मोर देन 5 to 6 ई सिम्स इन इट, एक मोबाइल में। So people, if as an analyst, I don't know if that eSIM is enabled or not, then it can be remotely wiped, it can be remotely destroyed, it can remotely communicated. So this has to know. Then there's something called as bootloader client extraction, because मोबाइल फोरेंसिक्स में ना कंसेप्ट अलग है। अभी इसमें क्या करते हो आप, डिस फोरेंसिक्स में इमेज बनाते हो और इमेज का एनालिसिस करते हो, इसमें डेटा एक्सट्रैक्ट करते हो। सो यू हैव टू लोड अ बूट लोडर, तो एक एजेंट डालना पड़ता है जो कि डेटा एक्सट्रैक्शन में हेल्प करता है। और रूटिंग और जेल ब्रेकिंग सबको पता है कि अगर आपको थर्ड पार्टी ऐप डालने हैं तो रूट करना पड़ता है, एडमिन प्रिविलेजेस। तो जेल ब्रेकिंग इज मींस आईफोन कंसेप्ट एंड रूटिंग इज एंड्रॉयड कंसेप्ट। सो देखो कितने सारी चीजें, मीन्स हाउ मेनी थिंग्स यू हैव टू रिमेंबर। So this only comes with experience. It only comes with when you are actually working on the cases. Otherwise, I have seen people have spoil the cases. That's why I said कि the success rate is very less when it goes to the court, because उसमें बहुत सारे flaws मिलते हैं। जब जज कोर्ट पूछता है तो बहुत सारे flaws मिलते हैं कि आपने ये क्यों नहीं किया, ये कैसे किया, ये क्यों किया। So these are questions to be answered. ऐसे डिवाइसेस आते हैं, आई मीन्स इसको ना इसमें से फॉरेंसिक करके डेटा दे दो। सो यू हैव टू डू दिस काइंड ऑफ एनालिसिस। तो इसके लिए तो फिर एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी यूज होते हैं। कौन सा आपने सुना होगा, जे टैग चिप ऑफ, आईएसपी इन सिस्टम प्रोग्रामिंग। अब जे टैग में क्या होता है, जो एक चिप होती है ना, चिप में क्या होता है, टेस्ट पोर्ट होते हैं, टेस्ट पिन्स होते हैं। तो टेस्ट पिन से हम डेटा, रॉ डेटा निकाल के उसको रिकंस्ट्रक्ट करते हैं। अभी टेक्नोलॉजी बढ़ गई तो उसको क्या किया, मैं व्हाट पीपल आर डूइंग, जो टेस्ट पिन ही वो जो कंपनीज है ना उसको डिसेबल कर देती है। तो यू कैन नॉट इवन एक्सट्रैक्ट द रॉ डेटा। तो उसके लिए फिर नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट लेवल पे जाता है इन सिस्टम प्रोग्रामिंग और जे टैग। इसमें हम चिप को वाइप आउट करते हैं, उसका जो उसको पूरा सर्किटरी निकाल के फिर उसमें से रॉ डेटा निकालते हैं। सो दीज आर टेक्नोलॉजीज अवेलेबल, बट should we imply all this technology to all cases? No. Only cases, because these are expensive technology. So only cases of national importance, only cases where this is, so ये उसी वही पे वही काम होते हैं। नहीं तो नॉर्मल एक्सट्रैक्शन करते हैं, नहीं तो नहीं नहीं होता है। तो ओनली because this requires time, expertise, it also requires money, and it is very expensive. So ये एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी टैग, चिप ऑफ, आईएसपी इन सिस्टम प्रोग्राम में जिसकी बात करते हैं। अब फॉरेंसिक्स में लोग क्या करते हैं, डेटा इनक्रिप्ट भी क्या होता है, स्टेगनोग्राफी होती है। एक फोटो के पीछे कोई, अगर कोई मैलिशियस या क्रिमिनल है तो फोटो के पीछे मैसेज छुपा के भेजता है, वाइप कर देता है डेटा, ओवरराइट कर देता है, ऑब्फस्केट कर देता है, डिगॉज कर देता है। इन्हें उसको डिगॉजर एक मशीन आती है जिसमें यू कैन हाइड एंड डिस्ट्रॉय द डेटा। तो ये सब एंटी फॉरेंसिक टेक्निक्स हैं। इट्स अ क्राइम, बट क्या करें, अगर वो डिवाइसेस कम, यू हैव टू डू दिस। सो ऑल दिस न्यू टेक्नोलॉजीज विच कम इन, वी रिक्वायर ऑल दिस थिंग। क्लाउड का, आईओटी का मैं बोला, आईओटी में अभी आईओटी फॉरेंसिस करना है तो जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल फ्रिज है, उसमें भी आईओटी डिवाइस है। आपके कोई लॉक है, उसमें आईओटी डिवाइस है। विंडोज है, या एक ट्रैफिक सिग्नल है, उसमें भी आईओटी डिवाइस है। तो आईओटी डिवाइस में स्टोरेज नहीं होता, स्टोरेज यानी मेमोरी बहुत कम होती है। तो वो क्या करता है कि इट पुशेज ऑल द डेटा इन द क्लाउड। तो जो भी आपका एविडेंस है वो 3-4 जगह पे, एक तो थोड़ा बहुत जो होगा वो आईओटी डिवाइस में होगा, सेंसर में जैसे हम बोलते हैं। दूसरा होगा वो जो आपका सर्वर मीन्स जो क्लाउड होगा, इधर सर्वर होगा वहाँ होगा। तीसरा होगा ट्रांजिट में होगा, जो नेटवर्क में होगा। So again, there are three, four. So you should know where to find the evidence. Forensics is all about finding evidence. Now आप बोलेगे most of the forensics is done which people understand or which is taught is dead forensics, जो भी लैब में करते हैं। But now this forensics is live forensics, जबकि जब डेटा नेटवर्क में फ्लो हो रहा है, डेटा क्लाउड से निकल रहा है। सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट इंसिडेंट रिस्पॉन्स। आपने सुना होगा इंसिडेंट रिस्पॉन्स, सो डीएफआईआर बोलते हैं, डिजिटल फॉरेंसिक्स एंड इंसिडेंट रिस्पॉन्स। सो उसमें फॉरेंसिक्स भी है, बट उसमें इंसिडेंट को रिस्पॉन्ड भी कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज वो डेटा इज इन मोशन, एविडेंस इज मूविंग फ्रॉम हियर एंड देयर। सो दैट इज ऑल्सो पार्ट ऑफ एनालिसिस। ओके, द क्लाउड का अभी मैंने बोला कि कुछ कुछ एविडेंस आपके डिवाइस में है, कुछ नेटवर्क में है, कुछ सर्वर में है। सो ये सब चीजें चलती रहती है। नाउ कमिंग ऑन टू लॉजिकल, एक केस स्टडी में आपको बताता हूँ। एक लैपटॉप आया था हमारे पास जिसमें दैट वाज यूज फॉर अगेन सम एक्टिविटी। एंड वी वर टोल्ड टू डू फॉरेंसिक्स। हमने जब फॉरेंसिक किया उसमें कोई डेटा नहीं मिला, ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम 1 साल पुराना था, पूरे फाइल ओएस ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम की फाइल 1 साल पुरानी थी, बट डेटा कुछ नहीं था। तो इन दैट केस वी रियलाइज कि हाउ हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल कि इस बंदे ने एक एक साल तक ये किया है और इसमें डेटा जीरो है, या जो भी इंस्टॉल किया उसकी कॉन्फ़िगरेशन फाइल भी कैसे नहीं मिल रही है हमें। देन वी रियलाइज कि वी वेंट टू दैट ओईएम वेबसाइट, बिकॉज ओईएम सब लिखते कि इस लैपटॉप का सीरियल नंबर के साथ ये हार्ड डिस्क का सीरियल नंबर अटैच है, ये लैन कार्ड है, ये इसका ग्राफिक कार्ड है। वी फाउंड द मिसमैच इन द हार्ड डिस्क का सीरियल नंबर। सो हमने उस फिर क्रॉस चेक किया कि ये हार्ड डिस्क है नहीं। देन वी केम टू नो ही हैड ऑर्डर्ड द सेम हार्ड डिस्क फ्रॉम अमेजोन, एंड उसने जो फाइल सिस्टम उस पुराने वाले में था, सिर्फ फाइल सिस्टम कॉपी किया और डेटा कॉपी नहीं किया। अगर वो बंदा थोड़ा भी डेटा कॉपी कर दे तो हम वी कुड नॉट हैव आइडेंटिफाइड कि ये वो हार्ड डिस्क नहीं है। जस्ट बिकॉज अगेन लॉजिकल रीजनिंग जिसमें बोलते हैं, आपको सोच हर टाइम होनी चाहिए कि व्हाट आर द पॉसिबिलिटीज, क्या हो सकता है। टेक्निकल तो आपको आना चाहिए, लॉ भी आना चाहिए, और सोचना भी। हर एक केस अलग है जो मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ। तो ये सप्लाई चेन का प्रॉब्लम था। फिर वो जो भी थे, पुलिस वहां गया और वो दूसरा वाला हार्ड डिस्क उसने जमा किया। जब हमने प्रूव किया कि ये गलत है, ये मीन्स दिस इज नॉट द सेम हार्ड डिस्क विच केम विद ए लैपटॉप, फिर उसने वो दिया और फिर वी वर एबल टू रिकवर द डेटा। सो ये लॉजिकल रीजनिंग का केस था। अभी चैलेंजेस बहुत आते हैं। ह्यूमन रिसोर्स चैलेंज है, बिकॉज स्किल्ड मैन पावर नहीं है, टूल्स का चैलेंज है, ट्रेनिंग का चैलेंज है ना। इफ यू सी ह्यूमन रिसोर्स, यानी only studying, most of the academia don't have the syllabus revised also, they are teaching old technologies, they are teaching। so अगर एक स्टूडेंट को एक इंडस्ट्री रेडी करना है तो उसको नई टेक्नोलॉजी सिखाने पड़ेंगे, नए तरीके फॉरेंसिक के सिखाने पड़ेंगे। There are no proper, I'll sorry to say this, but I've been to the best educational institutes in the country. I found that there are no proper teachers to teach this subject. Now, I don't blame anyone, but I'm saying this is a ड्रॉबैक। टूल्स का है कि भाई टूल्स अलग अलग तरह के होते हैं, बहुत एक्सपेंसिव होते हैं। सो ऑफ कोर्स एकेडमिक इंस्टीट्यूशन सम कैन नॉट अफोर्ड, but with the institution it can afford should have a good forensic lab, because it's or a good because if they have to teach students, if they want good campus to come and good companies to come, and they will ask for this thing। एंड ट्रेनिंग में जो पढ़ाया जाता है। सो अगेन ये चीजें हैं ना। जो लैब होती है ना, जहाँ पे एनालिसिस होता है, उसमें भी चैलेंजेस हैं। डैमेज डिवाइसेस आते हैं, टूटे फूटे, मीन्स दे आर डैमेज, देन दे आर वाइप्ड, इनक्रिप्टेड। पैकिंग एंड ट्रांसपोर्टेशन इशू, देयर मेनी इश्यूज कि वो सिर्फ ऐसे पेपर में रैप करके आते हैं, तो उसकी वजह से डैमेज होते हैं ट्रांसपोर्टेशन में। इंटीग्रिटी, यानी आई जस्ट गिव यू एग्जांपल कि अगर मोबाइल में सिम है और सिम ऑन है, तो उसमें अगर 2-4 मैसेजेस और आ गए आफ्टर सीजर, तो आपकी इंटीग्रिटी तो नो वन कैन, द कोर्ट विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट दोज थिंग्स अगर प्रॉपर सीजर नहीं है। OEM tools के बारे में I told you that you should use OEM tools, commercial tools for live forensics as all. Open source tools are good, but they are only good for teaching, and you can use open source tool in a lab also, but you can use it for verification of the evidence। And backlogs, मैंने आपको बताया कि बहुत सारे backlogs हैं। अभी टेक्निकल चैलेंजेस तो डेली बढ़ते जाते हैं। आई जस्ट मेंशन कंप्यूटर फॉरेंसिक की अगर मैं बात करूं, तो मेमोरी फॉरेंसिक्स इट्स कॉम्प्लिकेटेड। मेमोरी में आजकल मैलवेयर जो से मेमोरी से रन करते हैं, वो आपके हार्ड डिस्क पे आते ही नहीं है, जिसको हम बोलते हैं। फिर इंक्रिप्शन के इश्यूज है, डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ इंक्रिप्शन है, सॉलिड स्टेट्स आ गए, एंटी फॉरेंसिक्स टेक्निक यूज हो रहे हैं। मोबाइल फॉरेंसिक्स में हिडन स्पेस जो होता है कि हर एक, अगर मेरे पास SSD है, अगर मैं 1 TB की SSD खरीदता हूँ, उसमें यू विल फाइंड इट्स 1 TB नहीं, 1.28, 20% to 30% स्टोरेज एक्स्ट्रा होता है, और वो हिडन स्पेस क्रिमिनल्स यूज करते हैं। तो हिडन स्पेस में जहाँ फर्मवेयर होता है, जहाँ पे कोई एक्सेस नहीं कर सकता, ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम जहाँ एक्सेस नहीं कर सकता, वो मिसयूज होता है। तो उसको कुछ टूल से एक्सेस करके वहाँ डेटा हाइड किया जा सकता है। फिर क्लाउड फॉरेंसिक्स में ड्रोन्स अलग अलग आ रहे हैं, मल्टीमीडिया फॉरेंसिक्स, डीप फेक्स आ रहे हैं, IoT, IIoT, इंडस्ट्रियल इंटरनेट ऑफ थिंग्स, ब्लॉकचेन, क्रिप्टो करेंसी। सो यू नेम अ टेक्नोलॉजी एंड टेक्निकल चैलेंजेस हैं। बट बट does it mean that कि we are not doing forensics? Yes, we are doing it। so उसके लिए क्या करना चाहिए? You should have the latest technology, you should have the latest training, you should have the latest skill set, and you should also be taught the latest thing। तो ये चीजें जब तक हम एकेडमिया से शुरू नहीं करेंगे, तब तक वो जब तक वो स्टूडेंट पास आउट होता है, एक एमटेक वाला स्टूडेंट या एक बीटेक वाला स्टूडेंट जो कंप्यूटर फॉरेंसिक्स या साइबर सिक्योरिटी में डिग्री कर रहा है, ही इज लर्निंग वेरी बेसिक, फायरवॉल सीख रहा है, ये सीख रहा है, वो अभी वो यूज भी नहीं होते. अंडरस्टैंड? सो यस, दैट हैज टू बी टॉट, बट अदर थिंग्स ऑल्सो हैव टू बी टॉट. देन कमिंग ऑन टू अदर चैलेंजेस कि साइबर लॉज, इंटरनेशनल साइबर लॉज नहीं है, देर डिफरेंट स्टैंडर्ड्स जो सीखते हैं. जैसे एक निस्ट का स्टैंडर्ड है CFTT, कंप्यूटर फॉरेंसिक टूल टेस्टिंग प्रोग्राम, उसमें सब वैलिडेटेड टूल्स है. GDPR DPDP का इश्यूज है. एक्सपर्ट विटनेस, जब कोर्ट में जाते हैं तो एक एक्सपर्ट विटनेस, यू आर एक्सपर्ट विटनेस व्हेन यू साइन द रिपोर्ट, तो कोर्ट पूछता है. अभी कोर्ट विल नॉट अलाउ एनीवन टू डिपोज और स्टैंड एज एक्सपर्ट विटनेस. ही विल क्वेश्चन योर क्रेडेंशियल्स, आपका क्वालिफिकेशन क्या है, आपका एक्सपीरियंस क्या है, इस फील्ड में अपने काम किया. समझो मेरा अगर 25 साल का भी एक्सपीरियंस है और एक केस आया स्काडा वाला या IoT फॉरेंसिक और मैंने उसमें कभी काम ही नहीं किया, देन आई स्टिल कैनॉट गो एज एक्सपर्ट टू दैट. सो पर्सन विथ 5 years of service can go as expert, but I cannot go because I have never worked in that field. तो ये सब चीजें चैलेंजेस हैं. अभी आते हैं थोड़ा डिजिटल फॉरेंसिक का फ्यूचर, बिकॉज ऑलरेडी हमारा अभी एक पौना घंटा हो गया, तो एक अनदर हाफ एन आवर राउंड टू ठीक ऑन डिजिटल फॉरेंसिक का फ्यूचर क्या है. बिकॉज इमर्जिंग टेक्नोलॉजीज है, टूल्स आ रहे हैं, मॉडर्न साइबर सिक्योरिटी लैंडस्केप है. अभी क्लाउड का एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं. क्लाउड is that cloud, it can be anywhere. Your data will be in US, Europe, Australia, China और in India. इसलिए जो नया लॉ है कि डेटा लोकलाइजेशन का, कि all Indian data should be kept here. This is one of the reasons that we should also be able to do the analysis. So there's a lot of issue of collecting evidence from the cloud, and there are a lot of jurisdiction, means the other governments may not allow you to access that data, or they may be having different rules. And virtualized infrastructure होता है, means कभी cloud पे है, कभी hypervisor पे है. So problems are there, but what I want to say कि if you know that technology, if you know how to access it, or if you know how to do the analysis, it is there. Now, for example, AI, आजकल AI, all the tools which are coming are using artificial intelligence and machine learning. Now, मैंने आपको एक केस स्टडी बोला था कि I told you that कि जैसे कि वो I told you that configuration file is 1,000 lines, right? 1,000 or 10,000 line. With AI, I can do within a split of a second. So the tools can actually process the data very fast and tell me the threat which is there. Pattern recognition, like machine learning है, it can identify, the machine learning algorithm can identify simple patterns. For example, अगर मेरे पास डेटा है पूरे एक महीने का, तो अगर वो पैटर्न है कि रात के 7 से 8 के बीच में डेटा या ट्रैफिक ज्यादा फ्लो हो रहा है, that means there's something fishy. So you can analyze only that data. Maybe your systems are compromised and it is only transferring data when you have left the office and your internet is on. So pattern recognition, intelligent classification. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अभी चाइल्ड पोर्नोग्राफी के टूल्स है, सो इट दे आइडेंटिफाई कि ये चिल्ड्रन का रिलेटेड पोर्नोग्राफी है कि नहीं है, यूजिंग आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस इट कैन कैटेगराइज वेदर एक गन है, वेपन है, न्यूडिटी है, क्या है. एंड ऑल्सो एड्रेसिंग एल्गोरिथम बायस. नाउ मैं आपको एक सिंपल एग्जांपल देता हूँ, दैट देयर इज अ कंसेप्ट कॉल्ड एज AI हेलुसिनेशन. यानी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस सब यूज करते हैं, चैट जीपीटी, परप्लेक्सिटी, गैमा, नैपकिन सब यूज करते हैं, बट यू कैनॉट 100% रिलाई ऑन दैट डेटा. सो कैन फॉरेंसिक्स रिलाई ऑन दैट डेटा? नो. फॉरेंसिक्स का कुछ लेवल तक यूज कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज जो डेटा अवेलेबल है वो हेलुसिनेट करता है, वो गलत इंफॉर्मेशन भी दे सकता है. So the bias is always there. So that has to be addressed and that has to be nullified. Then also validation is also very important. तो ये सब चीजें मीन्स फ्यूचर टेक तो है, बट इसमें ये इश्यूज भी हैं. अभी इफ यू सी द लैंडस्केप, मोबाइल फॉरेंसिक्स तो अभी कॉमन हो गया है. सो यू हैव टू ओनली टैकल विद द डिफरेंट ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, इनक्रिप्शन मेथड्स, वो चैलेंज है, बट स्टिल पीपल आर नोन टू दैट चैलेंजेस कि ये आने वाला है. बट व्हाट अबाउट IoT? Now everything is getting converted on IoT and data is everywhere, right? So you have to have specialized acquisition techniques. उसको data evidence कैसे capture किया जाए? So that has to be there. So you have to be forensic readiness is one concept. You have to be there. अब blockchain आया है. Blockchain is a technology. Cryptocurrency is a byproduct. तो उसमें ब्लॉकचेन यूज करता है. ब्लॉकचेन तो बहुत जगह यूज होता है. तो मैं क्रिप्टो करेंसी के ट्रांजैक्शन कैसे, एज आई सेड, आई एम वर्किंग ऑन द कोर्सेज. वी आर गोइंग टू लॉन्च दिस कोर्सेज ऑफ हाउ टू seize a hardware wallet, how to find a crypto transaction, how to find out what how the transaction took place. Yeah, अभी new things हैं. So दिस इज अ इवॉल्विंग हैंडस्केप. बिग डेटा, देखो बिग डेटा आप सब लोग समझते हैं कि बहुत मैसिव डेटा है. अभी जैसे कि आपका आधार डेटाबेस ले लो, या आपका आरटीओ का डेटाबेस ले लो, या कोई भी एक डेटाबेस लो, कंपनी का डेटाबेस डेटा ले लो, वो तो बढ़ते ही जाता है. आपका खुद का ही ले लो. सो यू रिक्वायर मॉडर्न इन्वेस्टिगेशन टेक्निक्स टू स्ट्रक्चर, टू आइडेंटिफाई द स्ट्रक्चर एंड अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड डेटा. कुछ स्ट्रक्चर्ड डेटा होता है जैसे कि एक फॉर्मेट में होता है, अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड है मीन सब जगह है, यू डोंट नो हाउ टू डू इट, और वो टेराबाइट्स में रन करता है. तो यू हैव टू फाइंड, विजुअलाइज, कनेक्ट, एंड देन यू हैव टू डू. सो फॉर दैट you require, you know, tools which are AI enabled, which can do investigation at a faster speed, because data का जो साइज है वो बढ़ता जा रहा है ऑन अ डेली बेसिस. सो नेक्स्ट जनरेशन जो फॉरेंसिक टूल्स है, वो ऑटोमेटेड प्लेटफॉर्म्स 100% हो गए, कुछ आ चुके हैं, कुछ आ रहे हैं पाइपलाइन में. और उसमें व्हेन यू से एआई, तो उसमें मशीन लर्निंग आ जाएगी. तो मशीन लर्निंग में एविडेंस एनालिसिस आएगा. फॉर एग्जांपल मैं आपको बताता हूँ, आई लेट मी टेल यू, 10 इमेजेस है पोर्नोग्राफी के, उसमें से एआई में से जनरेटेड कौन सा है, कौन बताएगा? यू विल नॉट बी, नेकेड आई कैन नॉट टेल यू कि ये एआई से बनाया. मैक्सिमम जो चाइल्ड पोर्नोग्राफी के इमेज होते हैं वो एआई जनरेटेड होते हैं, बिकॉज वो इजिली जनरेट. आजकल मूवीज, पूरी मूवी एआई जनरेटेड है, आपने देखा हो. सो यू नीड दिस प्लेटफॉर्म टू आइडेंटिफाई. नेक्स्ट जेन जो फॉरेंसिक टूल्स हो गए टू आइडेंटिफाई, एंड वैसे टूल्स है क्योंकि आइडेंटिफाई ये ने एआई ने बनाया हुआ है, और ये इसमें कुछ डिस्क्रिपेंसी है. थ्रेट इंटेलिजेंस, जैसे मैंने बोला कि दिस जो फीड्स आ रहे हैं आपके सॉक में, जो ऑपरेशन सेंटर्स है, तो इमीडिएटली अलर्ट आ गया, इमीडिएटली उसको इन्वेस्टिगेट किया, प्रोएक्टिव. सो फॉरेंसिक्स कुछ 5, 7 या 10 साल पहले क्या था, वो रिएक्टिव था. रिएक्टिव यानी कोई क्राइम हुआ, आपने कंप्यूटर लिया, लैब में दे दिया, इन्वेस्टिगेट कर दें. अभी प्रोएक्टिव है. प्रोएक्टिव यानी शॉक है, अलर्ट आ गया, आप इन्वेस्टिगेट कर रहे हो इमीडिएटली लाइव, एंड यू आर ट्राइंग टू फाइंड अ सोल्यूशन. अभी फ्यूचर जो होगा वो प्रेडिक्टिव होगा. यू हैव टू, बिफोर द क्राइम हैपेंस, और बिफोर दैट अटैक कम्स, यू शुड प्रोटेक्ट कि ये अटैक हो सकता है, एंड इसके लिए मैं प्रिकॉशन कर सकता हूँ, ये रेमेडी है. तो वो जैसे, सो फ्रॉम रिएक्टिव टू प्रोएक्टिव टू प्रेडिक्टिव, ये जर्नी है फॉरेंसिक्स की. एंड अभी वर्चुअल रियलिटी, ऑगमेंटेड रियलिटी, मीन्स technology, as the every day you're hearing a new thing happening, and you have to deal with it. क्रिटिकल चैलेंजेस, जैसे मैंने बोला कि लीगेसी फ्रेमवर्क है. जैसे कि हम जब ओटी स्पेस की बात करते हैं, तो अगर कोई सेंसर है, तो सेंसर तो डायरेक्टली कुछ बता नहीं सकता. तो सेंसर, ओटी और आईटी कंबाइन होता है. जो सेंसर का इनपुट आता है वो कंप्यूटर पे आता है, तो ओटी और आईटी का इंटीग्रेशन है. अभी क्वांटम कंप्यूटिंग आएगा, दैट विल बी वेरी गुड फॉर क्रिप्टोग्राफिक क्रैकिंग, एल्गोरिथम क्रैकिंग, पासवर्ड क्रैकिंग, रैंसमवेयर में अगर इनक्रिप्टेड डेटा है. तो ये सब चैलेंजेस भी हैं. एंड टेक्नोलॉजी, जो बंदा, जो इंडिविजुअल या जो एक्सपर्ट इस फील्ड में आना चाहता है या रहना चाहता है, या जो एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशनल ट्रेनिंग या कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग करना चाह रही है, दे हैव टू बी अब्रेस्ट, और दे शुड बी नोइंग what is happening in and around on a daily basis. Now coming on to academia's crucial role. देखो करिकुलम अलाइनमेंट आई एम फाइंडिंग इट मिसिंग एवरीवेयर. जहां भी जाओ, बिगेस्ट ऑफ द यूनिवर्सिटीज और स्मॉलेस्ट ऑफ द कॉलेजेस, दे फाइंड की डेवलपिंग करिकुलम्स लाइक एआई एंड मशीन लर्निंग सब पढ़ा रहे, क्लाउड सब पढ़ा रहे, क्रिप्टोग्राफी सब पढ़ा रहे. बट उसका इंटीग्रेशन, अगर मैं फॉरेंसिक्स एक सब्जेक्ट इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहा हूँ, तो वो भी इट शुड बी पार्ट ऑफ द करिकुलम. कि हाउ forensic, it may be a small course or a specific course, but you should, जैसे कि इंडस्ट्री में जो जॉब रोल चाहिए ना, उसके लिए आपको यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर द स्टूडेंट्स और मेक देम इंडस्ट्री रेडी. फैकल्टी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम सब जगह चलते हैं, बट it is that there's so many things and topics are covered which are very good for faculties, concerned faculties, but still you require industry partnership, hands-on training, conference, certification चाहिए आपको. Then only you will, as a faculty, expertise can be, then they will be able to imbibe, or they give training or teach the student. रिसर्च बहुत कम हो रहा है, तो फॉरेंसिक्स में इंडिजिनस फॉरेंसिक टूल मैं बहुत काम करता हूँ इस पे. लीगल फ्रेमवर्क डेवलपमेंट, एथिक्स, इमर्जिंग थ्रेट रिस्पॉन्सेज, सो दिस थिंग्स आर वेरी मच रिक्वायर्ड. एंड अभी इंडिजिनस प्लेटफॉर्म्स, मेक इन इंडिया इनिशिएटिव स्पेशली इन फॉरेंसिक डोमेन में काफी चल रहा है, प्रोमोटिंग R&D, कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग. I see that everyone in the market or everyone wants to do capacity building, but whether he is qualified to give that capacity building or training, no one checks, right? तो सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंसेस बनने चाहिए, बट स्किल्ड मैन पावर होनी चाहिए, बट यू शुड ऑल्सो अलाइन द राइट पीपल टू डू दैट एक्टिविटी. Okay, so that is very much required. Now, I have already mentioned about this quantum and AI collaborative research and bug bounty. Sorry, continuous capacity building को skip करता हूँ. मैं अभी एक छोटा सा टॉपिक करना चाहता हूँ AI related, because that is also future tech in AI driven digital forensic. Now, digital forensics, for forensics, AI is a problem also and AI is a solution also. मैं आपको पहले बता दूं, प्रॉब्लम पे डिफेक्ट किससे बनता है? एआई से बनता है. मॉर्फिंग कौन करता है? एआई करता है. और वही केसेस फॉरेंसिक्स के लिए आते हैं, एंड दैट केसेस हैव टू बी सॉल्व्ड विद फॉरेंसिक टूल्स which are AI driven. So it's a problem also and it's a solution also. So in that case again, AI, where can AI fit in? I told you कि जहाँ डेटा बहुत है, तो और जहाँ कॉम्प्लेक्स डेटा है, सो दैट एआई कैन बी यूज. एआई कैन बी यूज इन एनालिसिस. अगर मेरे पास 10,000 पिक्चर्स है या 1 लाख पिक्चर्स है, आई जस्ट वांट टू फाइंड आउट विच आर रेलेवेंट पिक्चर्स विच आर रिलेटेड टू अ क्राइम. तो इट विद इन अ स्प्लिट ऑफ द सेकंड इट विल ओनली गिव मी द 10 पिक्चर्स विच आर रिलेटेड टू क्राइम बाय डूइंग अ पैटर्न recognition, or by doing the data analysis, or as I said, by doing the you can say some kind of analysis. Then and traditional methods, so they are slowly dying down. The reason is because technology is taking over. Now AI, when those who are into machine learning understand कि एक supervised data होता है, unsupervised data होता है. Supervised यानी labeled data, like आप malware category family को categorize कर सकते हो, या किसी और को किसी type of content को categorize कर सकते हैं, whereas unsupervised में नहीं कर सकते. डीप लर्निंग में न्यूरल नेटवर्क्स है, सीक्वेंशियल डेटा एनालिसिस है, डेटा जनरेशन है, एलएलएम्स है, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. सो एआई इन फॉरेंसिक कैन बी यूज फॉर टेक्स्ट क्लासिफिकेशन. जैसे हमारा एक ईमेल फॉरेंसिक का टूल है, मैं आई विल स्पीक अबाउट दैट. तो वी यूज एआई टू डू द ईमेल ईमेल सेग्रीगेशन, कैटेगराइजेशन, मैसेज, स्पैम वो कैसे पता करता है कि ये स्पैम मैसेज है या फिशिंग ईमेल है? it will check with the database and it will tell you, it will immediately do it as mark it as spam. या फिर उसमें कुछ रूल्स होते हैं हेडर में, जो हेडर आता है उसमें हम उससे पता कर सकते हैं कि उसमें है कि नहीं. डीएनएस ये चेक करके सेंटिमेंट एनालिसिस कर सकते हैं. एंड रिकॉग्निशन एक्सट्रैक्टिंग इंडिविजुअल, लाइक आप अगर देखोगे वीडियो एनालिसिस जो आजकल देखते हैं कि फेशियल रिकॉग्निशन है, तो वो फेस देख के इट विल पुल आउट सिमिलर फेसेस फ्रॉम द इंटरनेट और सिमिलर फेसेस फ्रॉम एनी ऑफ द वीडियोज विच इज देयर. तो ये बहुत सारी चीजें हो रहे हैं. बायस, यस दिस इज अ प्रॉब्लम. तो बायस हो सकता है. आई टोल्ड यू देयर इज अ चांस ऑफ बायस. एआई हेलुसिनेशंस की एआई मॉडल अगर उसको ठीक से ट्रेन नहीं किया गया तो इट विल गिव यू रॉन्ग रिजल्ट. सो इवन इफ आई एम यूजिंग अ टूल विच इज एआई एनेबल्ड, आई शुड नो कि किस डेटा सेट पे वो ट्रेंड है. एंड अगेन इंटरप्रेटेबिलिटी, डेटा प्राइवेसी इशू तो है ही. ये कुछ केस स्टडीज है. सो ऑफ कोर्स इफ यू नीड दिस प्रेजेंटेशन आई कैन आई एडिट सम एंड शेयर इट विद द डॉक्टर चिंतन. बट दे आर वेरी, लाइक एस्ली मेडिसिन का एक ब्रीच हुआ था, तो इसने एआई वाज यूज फॉर एनालिसिस. तो यू सी, बट ये एआई जब यूज हुआ, एआई इट वाज इट फ्रॉम द पैटर्न रिकॉग्निशन एंड लीक डेटा, उन्होंने ना इंडिविजुअल फाइंड आउट किया कि किसका डेटा है. बट इज इट नॉट अ प्राइवेसी वायलेशन? सो प्राइवेसी वायलेशन है. सेम है गूगल फेशियल रिकॉग्निशन, मैंने बताया इट इज यूज फॉर फोरेंसिक्स एज सच, बट इज इट नॉट अगेन अ प्राइवेसी वायलेशन? So there are many hurdles, legal hurdles, and there for forensic hurdle also. AI is a problem also. AI is a solution also, but we cannot do without AI. You have to use artificial intelligence to find out the deep fakes, to find out morphed images. Like I also tell ki the future of AI, of course, is the advanced technologies have to be used, computer computing can be used, data privacy और security के लिए चाहिए. Interdisciplinary cooperation like AI researchers, forensic experts, legal professionals को चाहिए. Ethical considerations के लिए चाहिए, whether we are doing it rightly or not. AR VR की बात की, ऑटोनोमस सिस्टम, आईओटी में जस्ट इतनी टेक्नोलॉजीज के बारे में बता सकता हूँ, बट एक ही एफडीपी पे इतना तो कवर नहीं कर पाएंगे हम. And continuous learning. The future of AI is there, all. Now, in 5-10 minutes, I want to show you a few tools which are being used by the environment, by the labs, for email forensics. क्योंकि मैंने पहला केस स्टडी email forensics का बताया था BEC का. तो एक email examiner है, इंडियन टूल है, इनफैक्ट हम ही बनाते हैं, so that's why मैं first रखा. I will be showing other tools also. So it's a multi-platform tools in which you can do different kind of analysis, UI-based analysis, where you get dashboards, you can extract the deleted data. You can find out which are malicious, which are, I don't know, spam कौन सा है, phishing emails कौन से हैं, attachments किसके साथ है, link कितने, अगर you have 1,000 mails, so how many of the emails are interlinked with each other, या एक बंदा जिसका suspicious है किन किन को mail भेजा है. So all this is available because of involved. So these are just screenshots of that. So you can find out, what is the what kind of deleted contents is there, then whether there is anything related to, say, guns, image, picture identification. So it's a specific tool for business email compromise and email forensics. Okay, so I say it can take any kind of data. It has 80 odd email clients it supports. In fact, everything. So ऐसे link analysis कर सकते हैं कि एक बंदे ने email भेजा है, but he is interlinked with so many people. So if I have to investigate, I can do timeline analysis, header analysis, IP analysis, URL analysis, and find out the interlinking of, because if there are thousands and thousands of mail, you cannot do it manually. You require a automated AI based tool. तो ये है. Now, okay, I'll leave this. Then there are a lot of recovery softwares, whether it's solid hard disk recovery, solid state recovery, data recovery tools are there, data wiping tools are there. There are various kind of server related tools. Computer forensics tool में आपने ये सुना होगा write blockers. There are different types of write blockers which are there. I mentioned all, so that there. So you have ATOL, which you can use for damaged disks, or damaged disk or SSD recovery can happen with this. Then you have ATOL Insights. Then you have FTK analysis tool. You have NKS, which is analysis tools. You have X-Ways, which is analysis tool. Magnet is there for mobile and analysis. Recon Lab is there for Mac. Magnet is there for other thing. Pro Discover is an Indian tool which is there. BioFert is an analysis tool. OS Forensics is an analysis tool. Right. Then Oxygen Forensics is a mobile forensics tool. Then you have MSAB, XRY, what we call. Then you have Psycom, which is for forensic, Elcomsoft for password recovery. I'm just running fast in this because there are hundreds of tools. You should know what to take. You have a CDR analyzer, which is there. Okay, then you have ISP chip off. I mentioned about this. Then you have password cracking tools. Image, audio, video, there are different kinds of image tools which are available, like Kinesense is there, Medex is there. You have Anubhuti, which is an Indian tool, Indian generated tool. MD is there for CCTV analysis. Folklore is for CCTV analysis. Deepfake analysis tools are there. Audio forensic lab tools are there, in which you have Iker Lab. Now I have Anubhuti, which is an Indian tool I mentioned. Right. Funuxia is there for this. Then network tools you have. So you see there are numerous. So you should know what kind of tool you require, or and tools only are not sufficient. Again, let me tell you, you require knowledge, skills, training, equipment. Tools are equally important, and then this other. Now also you have degausser I mentioned, to wiping data. Then mobile KIMSI and so forth. Yeah, बहुत tools है. Now what I want to tell you here is that I'm just stopping this sharing because I have already for 1 hour plus I have spoken on the tool. So in short, future next generation forensics is all about knowing the problem, solving the problem, having the right skill set, using the right tools, and doing it in a proper way so that it goes to the court, and some root cause analysis you are able to find out what actually happened. So it's a very vast subject. You must have realized by now, अभी तक आप समझ गए होंगे कि ये ऐसे नहीं कि overnight कुछ बन पाए. So that is how things are evolving in the future. Okay. So this all things are there and things are happening. So we'll take a few questions and have another 15-20 minutes so I can take questions before I break off. So any
Please.
questions? Before I ask questions, I hope it was informative, Dr. Chintan. I don't know. I tried my best to make it informative.
No,
But
it was
इतना knowledge है कि
fantastic, sir.
हाँ मैं इतना knowledge है कि मैं एक इस FDP में I cannot cover everything. Every
Yes,
topic
yes.
requires one different FDP, you know.
Yeah, that I know, sir. Yes.
So
So
yes.
it was very informative session. Just one announcement, dear participants, I have shared the attendance link in the chat box. So you can mark your attendance and yes. So we are having some questions.
Yeah.
There is a question by Mahanta Chauhan ji. Mahanta ji, I am unmuting you. Yes.
Yes, please.
Mahanta ji, can you unmute? Yeah.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, Santosh sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, please.
Sir, the session was very interesting and very innovative. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
As an academician, I would just like to know if you can give me a small roadmap as to how I can suggest my students. I'm teaching BSc students, so how I can suggest them what course they can pursue to become a like to have a forensic as their career.
Very good, ma'am. I'll tell you one thing. I conduct small sessions on careers in digital forensics because people are a lot confused. People think only MTech and BTech can come into forensic. It's a very wrong notion. Even a diploma holder or 12 pass can come into forensic with a different job role as a lab assistant. BSc students with having some certification like CHFI or some other certification, they can come as analyst also because they have basic computer and operating system knowledge. So, so if anytime I am on LinkedIn also, a number also, I'll be happy to share with you or take a small session in your college regarding career, how the BSc students can actually come into this field, so that I can help you out. So I'm on LinkedIn. You can connect with me, or you can take the number from Dr. Chintan. I'll be really happy to help you out on this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Attendance link I have again shared to the our chat box. I have shared attendance link again to the chat box. So if you missed, kindly fill it down. Okay, next question is by Srinivas ji. Srinivas ji, you can unmute.
Santosh ji, thank you for a wonderful session, and it's very, very, very overwhelming. इतना ज्यादा information दे दिया कि मैं लिखता ही रहा, लिखता ही रहा, लिखता ही रहा, लिखता ही रहा. Amazing, and it speaks volumes about experience. You're talking experience is just coming like that, you know.
Yeah,
Amazing. First slide you mentioned a very nice one, very small font you mentioned. I observed that 100% security cannot be assured. There is no word called 100% security. That is sentence I liked very much. That word that which you wrote there. There's nothing 100% secure system anywhere in the world.
Thank you.
That's a nice quote you mentioned, and even in your body also, Santoshi, there's nothing 100% immunity.
I just lost your voice in. Was there a question?
In our body, there's nothing called in a human body. Also, there's nothing called 100% immunity.
Dr. Chintan, were you able to hear?
No. I think Srinivas ji, your voice is not properly audible to us.
In this call, what?
You can write your question in the chat box. I will pass to the Santosh sir.
Now, hello.
Yes.
Are you,
Yes.
now am I audible? I'm coming outside.
Yeah, now audible, please.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Sorry, I was not audible. So in that context, what I was asking you is, what is the most challenging case which was sweat for you, sweating a lot, like that case? Can you tell me?
So I just mentioned about the first case which I mentioned because that was a challenge for me because that incident happened when I was there in service and it was like a more pressure that we had to perform, and especially since you were there when that thing happened. So and more than that, it was about success that we were able to prove a point and we were able to do justice to something which was a national cause. That is nothing more satisfying than that you are able to see doing normal cases, you're solving a criminal case or something. But when you shoot national security cases, you are doing it for the country. So that becomes the more priority for us. So it is impacting everyone, right? So that is more important.
Thank you, Santosh.
Thank you, Srinivas ji. Next is the Govindraj ji. Please, you can unmute.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Dr.
Sir, are you getting my voice, sir? Thank
Yeah.
you. It's a wonderful session, sir. I did my PhD in digital forensic itself. I'm happy to meet you, sir. So my area is multimedia forensic, sir. I did audio, video, and image forensic for MS and PhD also.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir. But my question usually is, so I did so many algorithms, implementations, and all the things. So those things are usually all researchers are agreed only paper presentation or paper publications and all. It won't come for realistic approach.
Yeah.
Sir, because of one, I will continue, sir, please. One thing is we are not get sufficient funding for research lab establishment or the case what you are getting as an government sectors, you will get so many cases and all. So how do we approach these things and how do solve it? And what are the being an academicians also? I'm very happy that you are telling about the realistic challenges of academic issues. So how we need to move as in computer science or cyber security aspects? How we need to move it, sir?
Okay, I'll just answer your question and see. I am at least 10 projects I have sent with various institutions on forensic development to Ministry of Electronics and IT, and few projects are being approved also for various institutions. It's not only about IIT, it's also about small institutions and universities whose projects are getting approved. So in ministry, there's Dr. Gaurav Gupta. If you look for him on LinkedIn or somewhere, he runs a lot of initiatives where you'll get funding worth crores of rupees for doing a research or getting in your institution. It will be your product, your institution product, your research product. You just have to reach the right person. And just now only last, say, 10 days back only, they have closed the applications, and this come after every 6 months. So there are a lot of initiatives which are run, which can be government funded initiatives, which will get sufficient funds for your research in this field. Because I'm associated with a lot of universities and I have pushed them to send project. I've pushed them to send project. You mean Rashtriya Raksha University or NFSU or Pune University? I have sent 10 projects for this. I'm pushing. In fact, I'm really happy that you should find down and speak to Dr. Gaurav Gupta. He will surely help you out. Or you can connect with me. I will connect you to him. That is not an issue.
Yeah, my experience is also very good with the Dr. Gupta. He's, I think, scientist staff, right, sir?
Yeah, he's scientist.
And director in the R&D lab of my team.
Yeah, he's in charge for this program.
Yes. I have earlier connected when I was in the RRU.
Yes,
so he's a wonderful person and definitely he'll support you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next question is by K. Shah. Please unmute.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Please.
सर इट वाज रियली वेरी नाइस सेशन. आज तक फॉरेंसिक के बारे में सिर्फ टीवी वेब सीरीज में देखा था, इतना कुछ भी होता है वो नहीं पता था. सो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ऑल दिस नॉलेज. माय क्वेश्चन इज सर, यू टॉक्ड अबाउट द प्रॉब्लम विच यू आर फेसिंग, plenty of devices wala problem. My research area is in AI and ML. So I am just curious to know that how AI and ML can be helpful to solve this problem of plenty devices problem.
Okay, so a lot of tools are coming out called as triaging tools. So what happens in that case if there are 2-3 gadgets connected and I'm only looking for a particular person or I'm only looking for a particular kind of data. So if I can interface 3-4 mobile sites and only look for the males, for example, or only look for the child pornographic material, so it will link itself and it will give. So the problem of plenty gets reduces. So you're only concentrating on the requirement of which called a concept of triaging. So that can be very helpful if tools coming, AI-based triaging tools, if they are available, and you can ingest any kind of data, whether it's a mobile data, whether it's a IoT data, whether it's you can say a normal folder, and you can do this kind of thing. So for example, I have just launched, we were having an issue of multiple wiping, right? Although there is a tool available abroad, but it is very costly. So I launched my own Make in India data wiping tool, which can wipe 4 devices at a time. So I'm saving my time. But wiping is different, and what you are saying is different. That I agree. But what I'm trying to say is that if you can have ingestion 4 to 5 devices, and they can do the triaging and identify what is the requirement, that can be a good problem statement to start with. And I make in India tool, of course.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Devasji, you can unmute.
Hello, Sanjay sir.
Hi.
My question is that as you are suggesting a roadmap for the digital forensic, right? So, sir, can you please suggest us like online portal or any other some institutions which are providing the some digital forensic courses?
See, all the major universities are providing digital forensic courses, NFSU, RRU, LPU. If you go to any, means I don't want to be biased to a university. You can find, and if you want to do international courses, CMU does it, Carnegie Mellon does it, Australian universities are there, they give online courses. So they are available to you. So you have to just hunt for it. You will get in India also, there are a lot of courses. Even SIDAC gives a lot of courses. Even there are government institutions which give law. NLU Bhopal gives law-related cyber courses, forensic courses. So and there are a lot of programs which are run by MITI also. So you have to just identify your area where you want to do a course, and there are free courses also available, and there are paid courses also available. There are OEM-based courses also available. There are university-based courses available. There are government courses available. So it depends. So they are readily available. So I can't give you one single portal. So I can only tell you, I gave you a few universities, उनके तो curriculums है, they have MTech, BTech degrees. But if you want short courses, then you'll find it with many universities have tied up for this forensic short courses. And I think even Dr. Chintan is the best person to actually advise you on this, because he knows all these things, right? So anyway, if you still need something, you can just drop a message to Dr. Chintan or me also on LinkedIn. If I find a few links, I'll share it with you. But I don't want to be biased of saying isko do, other people will think I'm promoting that particular.
Yes, it's very risky to take the single link, sir.
But they are
Yeah.
available. A lot of
Yes,
them. Free are available. You should go for the free ones at least.
Yes, sir. Next question is by Dr. A. Abhiramji. Can you please unmute? Yes, Abhiramji. Your voice is not audible to us. Abhiramji, am I audible to you? I think he is unmute also, but he's not speaking anything. Okay, thank you, Santosh sir. So if we'll raise the hand, we'll see you again. Thank you, Santosh sir, for joining us. It was very fantastic session, and it's always for me also to learn from you. Whenever I invite you, I am learning many more things. So, thank you so much.
In fact, for calling me. It itself is appreciation for calling me, and I am really happy to help anyone and everyone in this field.
Yes.
We have to build a skill force for forensic. It's a niche field.
Definitely.
And we have to work together and churn out good professionals from our country. That's what my main agenda is. To build this community is my main agenda. That's what I feel.
Yes. So thank you, sir. Thank you all the participants for joining. Thanks a lot. See you. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all. Thanks a lot. Thanks. I'm just leaving. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Parag sir, you are mute. You are saying something.
I was just saying thank you, sir.
Oh, okay. Okay, dear participants, thank you for joining today's sessions, and definitely we will. I think Devas, you want to ask something? Still, we have 15 minutes. So anyone want to say anything? Then yes, me and Parag sir is here. Okay, so I think we need to wind up. Parag sir, thank you so much, all the participants. See you tomorrow. Okay, thank you. Devasji, you can raise your hand if you want to ask anything. I think you have messaged me. Can you raise your hand again? I think I'm not so. Yeah. Yes, Abhiramji. Yes, Devanshi.
चिंतन सर,
Yes.
एक रिक्वेस्ट था सर कि आपने जो डे वाइज हमारा जो लाइक सेशन वाइज है हमारा एफडीपी, तो आप उसका लाइक जो एक्सपर्ट्स के लाइक मटेरियल्स है या फिर जो भी पीपीडीज है उसका एक गूगल ड्राइव सेशन वाइज क्रिएट करके आप हम सबके साथ
Actually,
लास्ट में
नहीं, we have already tried for it. The only issue is there are certain speakers who cannot share the content with us, right? So whatever content we'll get from the speaker, we'll definitely share it. And that we'll share by tomorrow, और मतलब हम आपके साथ डेफिनेटली शेयर करेंगे, इसलिए तो हम यूट्यूब का चैनल का क्रिएट किया है। इनके स्पीकर नहीं आ सकते और आपको टेस्ट अपियर करना है, इवन हम भी उसी से टेस्ट क्रिएट करने वाले हैं। ऑनेस्टली बताएं, हमारे पास भी पीपीटी नहीं है, राइट? तो सो दैट इज द थिंग, बट जो भी हमें मिलेगा वील डेफिनेटली शेयर विथ यू।
नहीं सर,
दूसरा,
मतलब मेरा डाउट ऐसा भी था कि लाइक यूट्यूब पे रखा है तो लाइक ड्यू टू सम कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी अगर वो लाइक शॉर्ट टर्म ड्यूरेशन तक ही रहने वाला है तो
नहीं,
प्रॉब्लम
वो
हो
हमारे
जाएगी।
चैनल पे रहेगा ही। अगर हम एक गूगल ड्राइव लिंक भी क्रिएट कर रहे हैं, वो पराग सर ने सजेशन दिया ही था उसका, तो वो ड्राइव की लिंक भी लास्ट डे पे हम शेयर कर देंगे, उसमें सारे वीडियो के,
ओके सर, थैंक यू सो
राइट?
मच।
किसी एक ने मुझे पूछा है कि कैन यू प्लीज शेयर दी कॉन्टेक्ट और इन्फॉर्मेशन। यस, विल ट्राई टू शेयर ईमेल एड्रेस बाय गेटिंग कंफर्मेशन ऑफ द स्पीकर्स। मैं अभी प्रॉमिस नहीं कर रहा हूँ कि मैं आप लोगों के साथ शेयर कर ही दूंगा, बट वी विल आस्क टू द स्पीकर्स एंड डेफिनेटली विल शेयर द ईमेल एड्रेसेस, not the personal contact numbers of anyone. Yes, so Devansh and Abhiram ji, I think you are done. Yes, anyone have any other question? Yes, Alam, please.
So I just wanted to ask about like I have done my PhD in digital forensics itself. So I wanted to ask about the postdoctoral program. In one of the sessions you have talked about that you have done postdoctoral, right?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Yeah. So can you explain the process of that?
For to get the postdoc, how many years your PhD is completed?
Just now.
Oh, that is great. Because spending the much more time after the PhD is very risky to get the postdoc opportunity. Based on my experience, there are first, the first step you need to you need to do is the identify the other participant can leave if they wish. So first step you can do is you can find the professors who are working in your field. That is the first step. Let me tell you what I did. When I was doing the PhD, I prepared one Excel sheet. And in that Excel sheet, I almost made a list of more than 400 professors who was working in my area. मतलब not limited to India, because मेरा target India में PhD postdoc नहीं था. तो my plan was to do the postdoc outside India. तो मैंने वो भी एक लिस्ट बड़ा सा बनाया था कि जिसमें all the members who are working in my field, मतलब specifically to my field, not in the cyber security, not in the security. My research area is the authentication. तो जो ऑथेंटिकेशन में जो लोग काम करते थे, साइबर फोरेंसिक में भी हो सकता है कि आपका मेमोरी फोरेंसिक हो, वेब फोरेंसिक हो या मोबाइल फोरेंसिक हो। तो मोबाइल फोरेंसिक में जो पूरे ग्लोबल में अच्छे प्रोफेसर्स हैं, एक तो पहले उनका लिस्ट बनाइए, उनका कॉन्टैक्ट मतलब ईमेल एड्रेस आपको उनकी वेबसाइट से मिल ही जाएगा, यू डेफिनेटली गेट देयर। दिस इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप। Second step is during the PhD at least you should have a one or good two paper जो आप मतलब देखिए, इंडिया का स्ट्रक्चर मुझे बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं है कि पीएचडी में 15-20 पेपर कर दे और नंबर ऑफ पेपर के बेस पे डिग्री अवार्ड हो रही है या गाइड हैप्पी होता है। मेरे हिसाब से ड्यूरिंग पीएचडी इफ यू आर गेटिंग वन गुड पेपर, लेके लेट अस से आपका जो फील्ड है मतलब फॉरेंसिक, देयर इज अ जर्नल कॉलेज आई ट्रिपल ई ट्रांजेक्शन एंड इंफॉर्मेशन फॉरेंसिक एंड TIFS, it is called as a forensic science, transaction and information forensic science, there is a journal IEEE TIFS. आप एक बार देख लेना। अगर एक पेपर भी वो जर्नल में है, आई कैन अश्योर यू कि आपका आपका पोस्टडॉक में अच्छी जगह हो जाएगा। क्योंकि जो आउट ऑफ इंडिया के प्रोफेसर्स मोस्ट प्रोबेबली होते हैं वो क्वांटिटी नहीं क्वालिटी पे फोकस उनका ज्यादा रहता है। तो मेरा पूरे पीएचडी में एक ही पेपर था कि जिसके बेस पे मेरा सिलेक्शन हो जाता था कहीं पे भी। तो वो है कि आपका एक लिस्ट एक अच्छा IEEE ट्रांजेक्शन सीरीज का पेपर होना चाहिए, या ACM ट्रांजेक्शन सीरीज का पेपर। ICM में भी फॉरेंसिक की बहुत अच्छी ACM ट्रांजेक्शन जर्नल है। तो उसका अगर हो जाता है सिंगल पेपर भी, इट विल हेल्प यू अलॉट। ठीक है।
Okay.
मतलब आपको क्या करना है कि जो प्रोफेसर्स का लिस्ट है उनको ये पेपर पब्लिश होने के बाद पीएचडी का थीसिस सबमिट और पीएचडी डिग्री अवार्ड का वेट नहीं करना है आइडियली। थीसिस जैसे ही सबमिट होता है यू कैन स्टार्ट मेलिंग टू द प्रोफेसर्स कि मेरा
Okay.
थीसिस सबमिट हो गया है एंड आई वांट टू डू दी पोस्टडॉक अंडर योर गाइडेंस, आई हैव गॉन थ्रू योर रिसर्च लैब। वहाँ पे रिसर्च ग्रुप का स्ट्रक्चर होता है आउट ऑफ इंडिया में, तो आई हैव गॉन थ्रू योर रिसर्च ग्रुप एंड इट्स मतलब उनका जो आपका जो काम है वो मेरे एरिया से मैच करता है। आई एम लुकिंग फॉर द पोस्टडॉक अपॉर्चुनिटीज इफ एनी अवेलेबल। मैं आपको बताऊं मोस्टली आउट ऑफ इंडिया के प्रोफेसर्स होता है उनका मेल में रिस्पॉन्स आता ही है। अगर इवन दो अपॉर्चुनिटी इज नॉट देयर आल्सो दे विल कांटेक्ट, दे विल से कि सॉरी इट इज नॉट अवेलेबल एज ऑफ नाउ। तो अगर 300 से 400 मेल करोगे तो मैंने भी खुद किए थे, तो आपको 5 से 6 इंटरव्यू कॉल बाय डिफॉल्ट आ ही जाएंगे और
Okay.
बाद में इट्स अप टू यू कि आप उनमें कैसा अपना प्रेजेंट करते हो। लेकिन मैटर करता है कि क्वालिटी पेपर होना चाहिए अगर आपको आउट ऑफ इंडिया करना है तो। yes.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for the detailed explanation.
yeah, yeah. Govindraj ji, any question? Yes, you can.
हाँ सर, नमस्ते सर.
Namaste, sir. Yeah.
Sir, I'm very happy, sir. Both of you are doing very good in the especially
Yeah.
cyber security and
Thank you,
forensics.
thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Sir, really, I'm happy for that one. After long gap, I'm attending such an ATAL FDP. So many attending that one, but realistic, I'm getting that one. But my question is, Parag sir, that yesterday sir was demonstrating something practical aspects and all. But as we know, your following it becomes a bit difficult for us. So additionally, koi material or the books are academically supported by Parag sir, or it will be getting some resources. Like additionally, you may add the material along with the content what you are sharing, sir.
Sure,
I feel
sure. I will share my YouTube link in which I
yeah,
have
sir.
uploaded more than 450 videos.
Yeah, thank you, sir. It's accessible, sir. It's freely accessible.
And all the videos are practical. Dr. Parag Shukla.
Yeah.
You can write
Yeah,
on
sir.
YouTube and you will get the videos.
Yeah, freely available, sir. I will refer my
Yeah,
students
it is,
also.
everything
They
is
are
free. Even I have created Udemy course in which 9,000 people has enrolled, which is also free.
yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Please, it personally, I will mail you. Kindly, I will message you. Kindly share those things. Because
Sure.
of that, my locality here is no, it's almost a background of village. People want to learn, but there is no such a kind of materials are there. And
Correct.
they are struggling to learn it. In Karnataka, very remote area, I am working here, but it's very difficult to get it, sir.
Yeah, definitely. We will be in touch. You can visit my channel also, or you can drop me an email. We
Yes,
will
sir,
be
sure,
in
sir.
touch. I will be very happy if I can deliver something to
Yeah,
your
sure, sir. Really, I felt very happy, sir. Really,
Yes.
even practically very good aspects I'm getting. And some concept today also explained with my HOD, my team that yesterday, sir, was delivered like this. I'm sharing your content to my team, sir. They're also very surprised and happy that, sir, please get the material and we'll together learn like that. Very soon we'll approach you very soon also, sir.
Sure. I will be more happy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Sir Chintan, sir, you are also, I'm very happy that you are also looking about that your material. I follow your profile and all recently itself.
He
So I
is one
felt
of the
very happy
best
of your.
researcher.
Yeah, sir, I love that. That's what I said. So please help us that we'll connect together and work together, sir. As a research work and all.
Definitely. Anytime, sir. Anytime. And
Thank you, sir.
yes,
Thank you so
we
much.
appreciate your intention to support the background students.
Yeah, sir.
It's very rare faculties have these type of intention. So
Correct.
strongly we appreciate you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
It's
you.
in my motto, sir. I will stay here only.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir. Thank you, sir.
participants, see you soon. Yeah, tomorrow soon.
Thank you.